Okay. Oh, that's all right. Hey, we're about to have fun, bro. Scores, this is cool. Awesome, so we're gonna start. That's good. All right, awesome. So this is pretty exciting, I have to admit. Awesome. So can you hear me? Let's make sure before we begin, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. That's like number one, right? Because we can't be doing this webinar if you guys can't hear me. Looks like my mic is working though. Dang, 17 is adding up. This is awesome. Man, the amount of people. This is cool. Dang, these people are really signing up to hear me talk. I gotta deliver now. That's all that means. The pressure's on. All right, here we go. We're live. All right. Let's see. All right, I'm here. Let's go. We're gonna open up this chat. So I see people are piling in. This is pretty awesome. I definitely want to make sure that everyone can hear me. So before we begin, let's see. Where do I see my chat at? Wow, this is gonna be hard to keep adding people. You know, I can't just send it off. Chat. Okay, awesome. Let's put up chat. Okay, Denise Miller, thank you. You say you can hear me. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So yes, I'm glad you guys can hear me because I have this mic on and it's definitely still trying to add in. I want to make sure that's working, but I'm glad that you guys are all continue to add in. I need someone to actually be here clicking and add people. It's just they keep popping up. This is actually pretty awesome. But yes, so if you guys can hear me, definitely just let me know. What's up, Jerry? How's it going? Let me know where you guys are calling in from, signing in from. I'm going to give it about maybe 7-8 minutes to let people get in. We keep piling up. I keep hitting this submit all button, so people are going to keep joining. But yeah, let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what industry you guys are in. That way we just kill some time for a couple of minutes so people get here, and then we'll take it from there. What's going on, Andre? Happy to see you here. So again, Tanisha, thank you here. First one to respond. This is cool. I'm actually truly excited. So Michelle off from North Carolina. Shout out to Lisa, my sister. Thank you. I'm super happy. Jeffrey, looking forward to it. Arizona, California, Jamaica Coast. I had people come in. Absolutely. Ernest, San Diego. What's going on, Sky? So yeah, Sky, that's something that we'll work on in the future. I know like I have Andre here as well, who's in the real estate game. So plan on doing things with him. So yeah, like you said, co-hosting will be great. Something I definitely want to work on. If they cannot hear you, they can dial in or use Wi-Fi and they'll play the audio. So look at Trini Queen. Thank you so much, Danielle. You are awesome. You are super savvy. So I appreciate it. Taylor from Atlanta. We have my boy Rashid from Atlanta. This is cool. We got life insurance, Medicare industry. So great industry. Jerry definitely is going to work for you. Oh, they keep telling me to invite a lot of people. I didn't know that. See?
I don't know why they were right there. Oops.
Okay, how do I go back to adding more people? Yeah, this is gonna get tricky. Participants. Let's add that back. Chat, add back. We have Georgia, realtor. Everyone. Okay, machine development, adding. Okay, so yeah, so people keep jumping in. So like I said, if you guys want to grab water, things like that, definitely feel free. Take your time. It is 4:03 Pacific Standard Time. So I do want to start this at like 4:10. The goal is to knock this out in like 45 minutes. I don't want to spend too much of you guys' time. I really plan this thing out smooth so we can be in, we can be out. We'll not take care of what we need to. We'll address questions at the end. So we'll go over all that, but definitely want to make sure that we cover as much as possible so that way you guys, when this is all said and done, feel comfortable about business credit, know what it is, how it benefits you, things like that. So definitely do that. See my guy Chuck is here. Manifestations. That's what you answered, Scorza? Okay, we got realtor with Tay. So business credit is amazing for you, Tay. And its real estate agency is industry is huge. I mean, same with trucking. Business credit pretty much applies for everything, but real estate it's huge because it's a way to actually move money around while you're waiting on deals to close and stuff like that. So it's really good for that. Okay, incorporated my real estate business. Okay, nice, separate. Very cool. So. Yeah. So this is I like as I've been preparing, so like I said, we'll just continue to just kill some time for a little bit. But yeah, like something that I've been like working on, and it's like all day today. It's like been one of those things. It's like God, like I kept thinking about it last night. I was dreaming about it, like, dude, I'm about to host my first webinar. So again, it's not so much as being nervous as I'm like excited to do it. I feel that one of the things I'm really good at is the whole speaking stage. It's never been something I've been shy of. It's like, oh God, I want to get in front of people and talk. I actually like really enjoy it, which is kind of crazy. And so like doing this webinar, I guess mainly because I put so much time into doing this thing, I want to like do something that is mind blowing. So it's not like your standard PowerPoint presentation. I mean, you guys see those all over the internet where it's just a regular presentation and it's like, okay, it's just slide after slide. It's kind of boring. No, I didn't want that at all. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna show them something completely different. And I'm hoping that this wows you guys. And that way, something I can learn from, because what I want to do is start doing this regularly. Maybe not so much the webinars all the time. Maybe probably do a webinar once or twice a month. But more so, definitely a lot more content in a sense, both business and personal credit. Definitely want to do this much more frequently. All right, so we see who else we have. Carla, I worked with you on a personal credit before. I'm definitely interested in establishing credit for a dance studio that opened recently. I'm working now. Is there any way to get the recording after this? Absolutely, Carla. So thanks, great question. I actually was going to get to that. So just to let everyone know, since you did ask, this will be recorded, and I will be sending out a replay to everyone who has attended. So again, if you guys if you can stay for as long as you can, that'd be awesome. But if not, I know life happens. I've been same way before. Like I've attended webinars and seminars, things like that. And can't stay the whole time. Something comes up and you got to leave. So yes, I will make sure that once this is completed and Zoom has finalized the recording, I'll make sure to email it out to all you guys so that way you have it. That way you can always reference back, because like I said, I'm going to drop a lot of knowledge. So if you have a pen, a paper, I'm more of a tech guy, so I use like my iPad to take notes and stuff like that, or cell phone. Do whatever you got to do. Take notes because it's gonna be a lot. But yes, you guys will get a replay of this. I think to how to work out. Okay. Yeah, so guys communicate with one another. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys are all here though. It's a lot more surprising that I didn't think this many people was gonna attend, and I'm kind of mind blown, but it speaks volumes, so I'm happy about that. 3 more minutes. Anything else you guys want to know? What else we want to talk about for the meantime? This is pretty cool. I have to admit, I'm really enjoying this. Okay, can I schedule an appointment? Yes, and also at the end, I will provide a link that you guys can use to schedule an appointment as well. Let's say free business credit consultation that will be answer any specific questions you may have. So we'll definitely talk about that. And Jeffrey, yes, we will talk about business credit cards. Like I have a lot. Like we're going to talk about all of them. I have a lot of business credit cards. We'll get to all that today. Like I said, we're going to talk about everything today. Like I am not going to hold back. This isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, you got to like be a part of a specific mentorship, or it's no. We're going to cover all of it today. I'm going to answer whatever questions you guys have. So we'll knock it all out. All right, 2 more minutes. Got my guy Reggie Davis in here. Love Reggie and his family. Great clients. Got my cousin Brian. This is cool. Obviously, all you guys got new clients in here. So yeah, just shout out to everyone in here. Got Woody, Diana, Ernest. I got Gerard, Ermine, Jeff Martin. Oh man, I'm glad you guys are all here. So shout out to everyone that's here. Monica, Michelle, got Josh Robinson. 1 more minute. Okay. And I apologize. So if you guys see that I'm like looking away, I'm gonna try my best to focus on the screen and look at the camera. That is something that I definitely want to do. So I'll do my absolute best to do that. So I feel like I'm talking directly to you guys. But if I'm not, it's because I'm looking at maybe the next slide or if someone did something in the chat. So just letting you guys know, I apologize if I look away, but I'll do my best when I'm talking to talk directly to the camera. Like I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to get better at that. I bet the bigger surprise is Valor. Yeah, I should have Chunky on the presentation. Yeah, and have him run a couple routes. Yeah, Chunky is a little charm. But yeah, he won't be here today, unfortunately. Normally he does make a little presentation, an appearance every time for now. Josh Robinson, I appreciate you, boss. You're the GOAT. Okay, last minute meeting at work, I believe. Yes, more Alexander, yes, I saw your message. So yes, you will get a screen replay. All right, cool. It is 4:10. So we're gonna jump right into this. Sorry, okay, I have one quick question. Let's just see really quick. Martha, let me see. I don't know how to do this. So Martha, if you want to type your question in the chat, I'll definitely answer there. Success is financial literacy. Absolutely scores it. Okay. So yeah, so like I was saying, so this first things first, I want to thank you all for being here. Absolutely, you guys taking time out of your day. Some of you guys are on the East Coast, some of you guys are in the West Coast, and I know you guys may still be at work, whatever it may be, but I first want to say thank you all for participating in this today. You did not have to be here. So it is my job to do the best that I can during this webinar to present this all to you guys in the best way possible. So with that being said, like I said, I don't want to waste much of your time. We're going to make sure that we maximize every minute that we have today. We will go over the ins and outs of business credit. I will probably tap on personal credit every here and then. But for the most part, I will save that for another day. That may be another webinar where it's purely about personal credit because a lot of people have questions about that, a lot more about personal credit than they do have business credit. But for the most part, I definitely want to make sure that I do cover the business credit aspect. So with that being said, let's jump right to it. Josh, you guys can stream it on Instagram. I don't have the camera set up. That is something I'm gonna work on to make sure that I have multiple cameras set up next time. But so today it won't be, but like I said, it will eventually be put on YouTube and things like that. But yeah, so with that being said, let's just jump right to it. So today's topic is establishing perfect business credit in 30 days or less in 2022. Now, you see a lot of things on the internet and they have like outlandish catches and like reels and stuff like that where they're trying to bring you in and they make statements like that, something like perfect business credit in 30 days or less, right? You see stuff like that, like oh, lose 30 pounds in 30 days or less, or how to make 6 figures in 30. Like you see statements, very, very bold statements like that all the time on the internet. And a lot of them is fluff. A lot of them is BS and stuff like that. However, this is absolutely true. Like the thing about business credit is that you truly can have a perfect business credit profile in 30 days or less. Does not mean that you don't have to put the work in. You most definitely have to, but it is very possible. And my job is to show you exactly what you have to do in order to do that. Because you can go on the internet, you can type in business credit, how to get business credit. You're going to find a million sources, a million links. You're going to see all these things on Instagram and on social media and on YouTube. People saying do this, do that, and the other. And you're going to go crazy. You're going to retain a lot of information, not do anything with it. 30 days went by, stuff like that. But for the most part, you can truly establish the perfect business credit profile in 30 days or less. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that you can have $100,000 in business credit in 30 days or less. You absolutely can. It depends on your situation. You definitely can get to that point. But what I mean is you can literally go from zero, like a 0 paydex score or a 1 paydex score, to 100 or 80 plus in just 30 days or less. Having the correct accounts reporting, have your business set up correctly, incorporated correctly, you can have the perfect business credit profile to where the banks want to do business with you within 30 days. With that being said, let's keep moving on. So what will we be covering today? Today we'll be covering 7 specific topics is what we're going to cover. And this, that's what I said. See, this is not your typical presentation, your regular webinar. It's a slide. Like you see, we got guests. We're going to be doing a bunch of different things. It's not going to be like a regular webinar. I can promise you that. Now, so again, we're going to talk about 7 things that are important to business credit. Number 1 is how to build business credit with your EIN only and not your own personal credit. Now, again, once again, there's a lot of bold statements where you see on the internet where it's like, hey, you can go buy a G-Wagon off your EIN, like go file for a business, get an LLC, and you can go get a G-Wagon off your EIN. You can do that. You most definitely can. But what a lot of these people and these Instagram influencers, stuff like that, is they hold back the truth. Like, I'm not going to tell you that. I've never made a statement like that on social media. Hey, go get an LLC and you can go get a G-Wagon, because you can't. You absolutely cannot do that. I can't do it. Well, now I can, but you cannot just go to the Secretary of State, file for a business today, and then tomorrow think because you got an LLC, you can go get a G-Wagon. No, it don't work like that. You can get a truck, a car that weighs more than 6,000 pounds. That's what it has to be. So a Tesla Model X, a Range Rover, a Cadillac Escalade, a Sprinter van. So you can get one of these vehicles and purchase them off your EIN. However, you have to have a well-established business credit profile in order to do that. Your EIN has to show that your business can fund itself. You cannot just go get an EIN today with absolutely 0 business credit and think Mercedes-Benz is going to give you a G-Wagon, a $250,000 car with no business credit. It does not work like that. But if you do the correct steps that I'll teach you today, and if you are aggressive, you can potentially go get a G-Wagon off your EIN in 3 to 4 months. Depends on how aggressive you are. So again, so number 1, how to build business credit with your EIN only and not your own personal credit, because you definitely want to separate the two. You do not want to commingle your personal credit with your business credit. But again, we're business owners. I did it myself. I learned the hard way. That was not something that I wanted to do, but it's something I didn't know. It's when you start a new business, you use your own funds and finances to grow, to scale it, and it straps you. I learned the hard way. Got on the brinks of filing bankruptcy because I was up to my neck in debt, trying to pay bills and vendors and invoices, waiting for clients to pay me back. My credit score goes from an 800 to a 519, and I'm struggling at a 519 for 3 months because I'm waiting for people to pay me so I can pay my own credit cards back. It happens. It happens to more business owners than you believe, and that's because they don't know about business credit. So we'll make sure that we talk about all that today. So number 2, the 12 most important factors that will instantly determine if your application for business credit will result in an approval or denial. This is the bread and butter. Simple as this. This right here is the most important part of this conversation today, is because there are 12 things that you must do for your business in order for your application to get approved or denied. If you do not do these 12 things, I can guarantee you 95% of the time your application will be denied. And this is where business owners fail, because they think just because they go get an EIN or they file with the Secretary of State that they are now eligible to go get business credit. That is just a part of the picture. There's a lot more things that you have to do, because people come to me and they say, hey, Sean, I'm trying to get business credit. I don't know what to do. I continuously apply for, I submit applications, I get approvals in the mail. American Express sends me something saying I'm pre-approved. I apply, I get denied. Why am I being denied? It's because these little things they're not doing that you don't know you're supposed to have corrected before you're applying. So we'll go over those, what those 12 things are today. So moving on. Number 3, the exact steps necessary to help you successfully build business credit in 2022. So there's 7 stages of business credit that you have to do, and we'll make sure that we go over all 7, so that way you're well aware and you know how to take advantage of all 7 right now. Number 4, the 2 best ways to get initial business credit right away, meaning after this conversation is done today, you can do one of these 2 options. You can start building business credit today. If you got an EIN, if you file with the state, once we're done talking today, you can literally start building business credit once this webinar is done. I'll give you those 2 ways today. Number 5, the latest vendors. Sorry, went too far. Number 5, the latest vendors that you can use to build business credit right now. So again, there are vendors, some of you, a majority of you, because you guys are a smart group. So I'm sure you guys have heard about vendors, you've heard about trade accounts, stuff like that. So I will make sure to give you the latest vendors that you can actually use to build business credit at this exact moment. Number 6 will be how to get set up with all 3 major credit reporting agencies for free. So meaning Dun & Bradstreet, Experience Small Business, Equifax Commercial. How to get set up, how to get your business credit reports, so that way you can see what your business credit scores are, access those reports, see what information is there, how you can obtain all that information for absolutely free. So we'll go over that. And then the last part, number 7, is how to cut years off the process of building business credit. I've been able to break down 3 years of building business credit in 4 to 6 months. Simple as that. You're going to see all over the internet people talking about business credit. It takes multiple months to build. It could take 18 months. There's a lot of companies that say it takes 2 years. I am living proof that it does not take that long. I will show you proof, especially with other my clients, my case studies, with myself. It took me 8 months, but I didn't have what I'm going to show you today. So using what I have, you can literally have done in 4 to 6 months. It is super quick if you do it correctly. And like I said, once again, if you are aggressive. Now, before we begin, this may be you. I have a lot of questions. So, I mean, I got hands already raised. So with that being said, please save your questions to the end. Because like I said, I don't want to waste too much time today. I want to make sure we fly through this. I don't want to have a lot of people here. A lot of you are business owners. So a lot of you are taking time from your companies, from family, whatever it is, to be here. So I'll make sure that while we are here, we are maximizing every single second during this call. So if you have questions, definitely please save them to the end, or you can send them directly to me. I'll do my best. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A. I'll open the floors. That way we can knock out 10, 15 minutes. I'll answer any questions, both business and personal, whichever you guys may have. That would be your moment to ask me whatever you guys are inquiring about. So with that being said, here goes. Man, this is about to be my first business credit webinar. I think it's going to be the first of many. So again, thank you all for being a part of this first one, because it's about to be good. So let's begin. Who is this for? And is this webinar for you? So this webinar is for the individual or the business owner who wants to understand both business and personal credit, how they work, so that way you can leverage credit to build wealth. That is the importance of credit, to leverage it. A lot of us, we get credit and it's fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been guilty of it. Like, man, I got a $10,000 credit card. I maxed that thing out and I got myself in trouble. A lot of us have done it. A lot of people continue to do it. But again, the whole point of credit is to leverage it. By using credit how it is supposed to be used, you most definitely can use it to build wealth. Use it as assets. Use credit cards to pay things. Use it to buy real estate. Pay for ads, for marketing, stuff like that. Using credit so that way it makes passive income for you. So that is what this is for. And it's also for the individual business owner who wants to stop spending their time, energy, and effort on building someone else's empire and simply focus on building your own. Again, you guys are here because, again, you can either be an active business owner, you can be an inspiring business owner, someone who wants to do this, who is tired of working for somebody. And it's like, okay, like, hey, like, I know I have an amazing idea. I just don't know where to begin. I don't know who to talk to. This is for you. It's a way to like free up your mind so that way you know where to begin and just get a grasp of like, okay, starting from somewhere. Because again, me, myself as a business owner, when I first started my first company, I had no idea that business credit existed. It wasn't something I thought of. So again, like I said, I use my own personal credit, my own finances and stuff like that to fund the company. And it wasn't the smartest decision at all. It was not. And it's not something I would recommend. So for you guys that are here, definitely, if you don't have to, do not use your own personal credit, because again, you're going to learn the hard way. I most definitely did. It's not something I want to repeat. Number 3 is for the individual business owner who wants to obtain the capital and funding necessary to grow and scale your business. Or again, like I said, if you're using business credit correctly, it is an excellent way to create passive income. It is an excellent way to help your business reach higher levels, whether it's more employees, whether it's paying for marketing, whether it's hiring executives, whether it's hosting webinars, travel, whatever it may be. By utilizing business credit correctly, it can definitely help you take your business to the next level. Number 4 is so the individual or business owner who is serious about following and building their dream, passion, or purpose, and simply just needs the capital in order to do so. How many of us have sat there, like I said, you have the world's greatest idea, like you literally are looking at an invention, you just need to get a patent, but you can't afford the patent. So again, it's something that you've been thinking about for years, but you just never really got off the ground. And we continuously find excuses not to do it. Again, this is giving you that option. Again, if you start with business credit, you literally have a head start. That way, it's not because how many times you have an idea and it's like, God, man, if I just had the money to do it, but I don't have a rich Uncle Tom or Uncle Tom, well, that was bad. But I don't have a rich uncle. And so it's like, yeah, so you don't have anyone to lean on, to ask for a loan or whatever it may be. And so, but again, if you start off with business credit, you can actually get your business off the ground at a much quicker rate. Next one, okay, people keep joining, sorry. This is for you if you try to get business credit and you fail. Like I was saying earlier, I cannot tell you how many people call me or send me an email or something like that, like, hey, I'm trying to get business credit and I keep getting denied. I don't know why. I don't have anything on my business credit. Part of why you've been denied, you don't have anything on your business credit. Number 6 is for you if you don't know where to start, not to be redundant, but it is a very, very big part. And number 7, this is for you if you want the fastest path to success. Oh, wow, we're still going. Number 8, this is for you if you've been tired of bootstrapping your own business. Again, stop using your own money. Like, simple as that. Don't use your own money to build business for your business. Your money is supposed to be for your own savings or your own investments to help your family. That is your funds for that. Your funds should not be paying for your business at all. So keep the two separate. So bonuses, sticking to the end. Let's talk about what happens if you do stick to the end. Like I said, I know some of you guys cannot stay the whole time, so that's why a replay will be sent, but we have bonuses. So for bonuses for sticking to the end, for the end of the webinar, you will get the following: a playback of the entire webinar, and a replay if you miss anything. So like I said, this arguably is the biggest part of the bonuses, because again, you get an email and have a link, you can download it, you can go back. If there's something you've missed, you can go back and like, oh man, Sean said this, but I can't remember what part. You can go back and replay this video. It will be yours to keep. Replay it a million times. It's actually how I learned how to do business credit, or part of it. I will watch webinars. Like I said, I paid tens of thousands of dollars to learn a lot of this information. And a lot of it I didn't remember all the time. So it was like I would try my best to type on my iPad as I was going, but I would get replays. And then I would go to the replay and I would just go back and just do that. So that's what you get. Number 2, a fundability assessment of your business on how to improve it. If you are interested, we definitely, like I said, we'll give you an option to sign up for a free consultation. Like, hey, let's see where your business stands, what you got to do to fix it, things like that. Number 3, 30 days free of Experian, Equifax, Dun & Bradstreet business credit monitoring. So like I said, you can get it for free. So I will show you who to use, so that way you can see currently where your business stands, and you can take it from there. Business credit consultation with a business credit expert. Funding qualifications, see if you can qualify for funding right now, and if so, how much. So total value $596. So again, if it is something that you want to know, like, hey, my situation is pretty good, want to know, like, I actually have someone, he's not on this webinar, but he emailed me today, and he's like, I have enough business credit built, but I definitely just need funding. I need to, like, he's trying to shoot for $250,000 is what he's shooting for. And he's like, hey, like, I've been trying to do it for the last year and I can't not really get anywhere. So he's someone who just signed up for the funding qualification. So again, you have that option as well if it is something you're interested in. Absolutely free for that. Moving on. So now, who's Cosmic Financial? As you guys see, so Cosmic Financial. At Cosmic Financial, we focus on helping business owners build and establish excellent business credit profiles and scores. We operate through the entire US, regardless of the client's location, because our entire process is carried out virtually online. So again, Cosmic Financial, I started with the sole fact of like myself. A lot of my businesses that I've done is to help my problem. Started credit repair because I needed my own credit fix. I didn't know who to go to or anything like that. Also I have like friends who like needed help fixing credit. And so it's just like, hey, maybe this is an option or opportunity for me to learn. So that was like one of those things. But like business credit, the big part of business credit is that I was like getting to this point, like I said, I was using my own personal credit. I'm like, this is not how I'm supposed to be managing my business. And so develop Cosmic with the mindset of like, hey, how can I eliminate the guesswork? Because I was spending tons of time on the internet and on YouTube and on blogs and on Instagram. And it's like, you don't know who to trust. And so it's just like, okay, like, and I, like I said, I paid tons of money and I've gotten burned. I've paid money to people, tens of thousands of dollars, and it was a load of crap. And it was just like, okay, and you don't get a refund back. And so it's just like, oh, that wasn't it. So once I like figured out how the business credit was working, and then the other part is that a lot of my clients, my personal credit repair clients, have businesses, and they would say to me like, hey, like I got a business, I got good credit now, but it's like I need business credit because I don't know where to go. And so it was one of those things where I was like, and they was like, Sean, like if you figure it out, I'll just stick with you. And so that's really part of what led to me, is that I was like, a lot of my past clients was like needing business credit. So it led to one of those things. And at Cosmic, we employ a dedicated team of credit specialists with over 20 plus years of combined financial planning and analysis experience, practicing nothing but legal and ethical methods to ensure that you are always in the best hands. Our client service is dedicated one-on-one experience under the guidance of a personal credit advisor who monitors your case in detail and is available for your requests at any form of communication you prefer. So whether it's email, text, phone calls, Zoom calls. One thing we did because of the pandemic is we transitioned to Zoom calls, and my clients loved it. I did a lot of the phone call aspect, and then it was just like one of those things like, hey, you know what? Like I'm dealing with business owners. We're all very busy and they're paying me a lot of money to help them. So it's like, I can do more than just a phone call or a text. So we do Zoom calls as well. And Zoom calls is really good because one, it allows me to like share my screen. That was a big part of it, is that I can share my screen, show them how their profile is looking. They can share their screen, show whatever's working for them. And it was just a great way. So we communicate those ways throughout the process. Now about me. So Sean Scales, I'm CEO and founder of Cosmic Financial, Credit Repair Evolved, and Horizon Credit LLC. Horizon we did dissolve. That is what started, so I was at the bottom, but the active companies are Cosmic and Credit Repair Evolved. I am originally from Los Angeles. I moved to San Diego in 2004. I came to San Diego to go to college, went to San Diego State, I graduated a bachelor's in sociology, which is kind of crazy. But I got an MBA at UC San Diego in accounting. Upon graduation, I was hired as a program cost control analyst for one of the nation's top performing government contractors. I managed over $15 million annually in government contractor bids. Because of that, because of my success, I was recruited by the Fair Isaac Corporation. So I worked for FICO, and that's what like started the blossoming of all of this. Like, so I was recruited from FICO to work in the fraud department as a revenue accountant. I managed over $65 million in FICO products, working with major banks, Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, and I'm the father of two gorgeous babies, Honor and Valor, who I love to spend all my time with. But yeah, so speaking of that, so everyone knows, how do I get into this? So I worked for FICO. I worked with Fair Isaac Corporation for 5.5 years. I was an accountant there, and it was cool. It was pretty intense. And like I said, I was recruited by them. So they reached out to me, they hired me. It was like a 3-hour interview. I remember it like the back of my head. Like I had like, it was a panel interview. It was an hour with like each manager, and it worked out. And so I was working for FICO for a bit, didn't do anything with credit. Like that was one thing, like I did accounting. But like a lot of my friends who graduated, a lot of my colleagues who ventured off and they started owning car dealerships and real estate and stuff like that, they would come to me like, hey, Sean, like I got clients who make a lot of money, but their credit sucks. Like you work for FICO, you can fix it, right? And I'm like, no, like we don't do that here at all. And as I went up, he figured out like I got clients I could send you. So it's one of those things that like literally led to me like, okay, you know what? I got to figure this out. And also, like I said, my credit at that time wasn't the best. It was like maybe like 602 or something. It wasn't great. I mean, I was making pretty good money, but my credit wasn't good. So okay, you know what? Let's do it. And so I did it myself and it worked out good. And then it led to where I am today. And then I did with FICO, with Horizon, and became a multi-million dollar company. Was pretty successful with that and just kept growing. So how to get into world credit? Pretty much same thing like I was just saying. So started with the first company, Horizon. We became number 4 in the nation, over $1 million per year. Launched second company, Cosmo Financial, specialized with business owners. And within 8 months of using my business credit program, went from $0 in business credit to $250,000 without a personal guarantee. That's what you guys are all here. How do I get business credit without a personal guarantee? And these are credit cards. I'm going to show you guys. So this is business credit. These are Amex cards. So as you see, this is a lot of credit cards. This is all within like the last 2 years. Here's another stack. These are gas cards. Here's more credit cards. And then here's more credit cards. Like literally, so like I said, you're looking at about a little over $250,000 in credit. So, and again, the beauty of it is that I can pay over time, 0% interest credit cards, high limits, and it can all be done. And like I said, I did within 8 months, literally following step by step. You can do the same thing for your business. So moving along. What led me into building business credit? I already went over that. Like I said, I had improved my own personal score. The highest that my credit score ever gotten to was 814, and I had pretty decent lines, $25,000, $40,000, and I was applying for business credit. And I was getting, sometimes I got approved, sometimes I got denied. But when I was getting approved for business credit, I was getting $1,000, even though my credit card company was doing over like $50,000 a month. Like I'm applying for a credit card, I go to Chase and I apply for a card, and they would give me like $1,500. And I'm like, you can see, because I bank with Chase, we bank with Chase. It's like, you can see we're doing over $50,000 a month. And you guys want to give me $1,000 credit card. And so the banker told me is that it's not about how much you're making. Like you literally, I had an EIN, but there was absolutely no business credit on it. And as the banker told me, it's like, we used your EIN and your Dun & Bradstreet to determine how much we should give you. And because there was nothing there, even though I've been in business for 4 years, I've been in business 4 years, $1 million business, over 50K a month. Things are great. We're not doing chargebacks, nothing illegal, nothing like that. And they would give me $1,000. My credit score is 800. It didn't matter. And so, and that's it. So I hired multiple mentors, purchased every single product. I literally purchased everyone who says they do business credit. It's one thing you guys should do. So you're a business owner. I don't know if you do it already. If there's someone in your industry, so whatever you do, if you see someone marketing in your industry, I suggest you buy what they're selling if you can afford it. I literally buy everything my competitors are doing, because what I do is I buy it, I break down what they're doing, and I figure out how I can make it better. So if it's working and they're selling it, but it's a piece of crap, cool. Obviously, they're doing something that's getting attention. I will just make it a better product. So I encourage you guys to do that. I actually learned that years ago. Someone told me to do that. So it's like, yeah, it's something that if someone they believe that they are a guru at building business credit or fixing personal credit, I will buy it. I don't care what the price is, I will buy it. And if it's a load of crap, it was a load of crap, but it is what it is. So again, that's like I said, so I paid tens of thousands of dollars to figure this thing out, and that's what helped me grow it. And so after spending a year and a half learning how business credit worked, because I spent all of 2019 right before the pandemic, like I said, I was able to go from $1,000 approvals to $20,000, $30,000 for not only my own companies, for all my business owners as well. So I'll give you guys case studies throughout today. But yeah, so it's just as long as you do these small, simple things, like I said, the 12 important factors, the 7 stages, you can build business credit extremely quick, get high limits and things like that. Here's an example of Chase business card, somewhere in this stack, but 34,000 there. Here's a Spark business card. I just want to have that one as well. That's for 7,500. I have an A to B, and this is my name, Cosmo Financial. That's a gas card, $4,000. Got that right away. 7 terms. Here's another gas card, 76, 17,000. Then there's a business Amazon business card for 25K. Sorry, I went too far. Then we have Capital on Tap, 20,000 with them. And that one, I think, is 2.5% interest rate. Most of them are 0%. So why should you listen to me? So again, current active CEO, Cosmo Financial and Credit Parity Blog. I've been featured inside of Business Insider, Yahoo Finance, Expertise.com, other blogs. I've been able to accumulate $250,000 in business credit in as little as 8 months for just my company. And I've been able to accumulate over $5 million combined for multiple companies in just 1 year and a half, utilizing the exact strategies that we're going to go over today. So again, would I charge thousands of dollars for people to learn or for me to do? I'm going to give it to you guys for absolutely free. But again, it is up to you to do and take action to implement what I teach you today. You can lead a horse to water, but it can't make you drink. Like I can literally spoon feed you guys how to build business credit. But if you do not take action today, then you'll be the same way before this presentation even started. So let's get right to it. So what many entrepreneurs begin that you can't get funding and capital with bad credit. They also believe that you can't give any funding capital without collateral. You can't get any money as a startup or no income verification. And you also can't get any money if you've already been turned down. So these are all things, this is business. Other business is positioned to get business credit. So these are things that we, as business owners, new entrepreneurs, immediately like cancel ourselves out. We go into this with this negative mindset that I can't get business credit because I'm a brand new business, or my personal credit sucks. And no, like these are things that you got to eliminate this from your mind, because they're not true. You can absolutely do these things. Again, there's just obstacles, but they can be overcome. They also believe that you can't get any business credit without a personal guarantee. This right here is true in a sense, but it also is false when I see it on the internet. Like I said, I hate social media so much because social media will tell you one thing left and right, just to, like I said, reel you in, and it will tell you can get $100,000 of business credit without any personal guarantee. Yes, you can, but it ain't gonna happen overnight. It is not gonna happen overnight. It does take time, but you can build business credit without a personal guarantee. You just have to follow specific steps. You cannot cut corners, because if you cut corners and you're not doing it correctly, then your personal credit is going to be involved and you can burn yourself. So you don't want to do that, but you most definitely can do it without a personal guarantee. So what we'll be covering today, again, number one, the 7 stages of acquiring over $100,000 in business credit fast. Number two, how to make your business fundable and increase your approval odds by 90%. 12 factors, like I said, you do the 12 factors, your approval rates go through the roof. Number three, how to access loans and lines of credit, even when the banks have told you no already. And then at the end, like I said, Q&A, 15 minutes, ask whatever questions you guys may have, business or personal credit related. Bonuses again, stay to the end, see if you qualify for up to $25,000 of funding within the next 24 hours. And then we have obtaining 100K in business credit without a personal guarantee. Number one reason why new businesses fail. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the number one reason that the majority of all new small businesses fail within their first 5 years of operation is due to lack of capital and inadequate funding. It's as simple as that. Like that is the number one reason that majority of all business owners, they can't stay afloat, especially during this pandemic. It hit everyone hard. The COVID pandemic destroyed so many businesses, like I said, because we relied heavily on our own personal finances. So many business owners was using all of their own, there's 401ks, so the 401ks, their own personal savings, stuff like that, to always fund their business over the years, and things were fine until COVID hit, and then they use all that cash, and then what happens is once you use, and they use their own personal credit, you max out those credit cards, your score goes down, simple as that. Personal credit, whenever you overutilize your credit cards, the score will always go down. Business credit, you can max out that credit card 100% and your score is not impacted. So all these business owners, if they were actually utilizing business credit versus personal, even if their credit cards were maxed out, their personal would have stayed good. So that way they could have found other ways to keep their business, their doors open. It wouldn't impact them to where they had to maybe sell their homes and stuff like that. So again, that's what I said, keep the two separate. If you can, make sure that for your business, you are using business credit only to fund that company. Roughly 89% of all business bank applications are denied every single year. 89%. There are over 9 million small businesses, I believe. So over 9 million small businesses in America, and 89% of them are denied business credit every single year. And again, it's because of 90%. So since most small businesses are unable to gain access to capital, there leaves over 9 million businesses in America in need of capital and constantly being told no. Okay. So the benefits of building business credit in 2022, number one, it doubles your borrowing ability. So what does this mean? Doubles your borrowing ability means your business and your personal credit. So like if you go to Bank of America, right? So you go to Bank of America, let's say your credit score right now is like 740. You go to Bank of America and you get a credit card and they approve you, instead of giving you $10,000 personal, right? So you gave them your social security number, This is your person with their name on it. You get approved for this credit card, $10,000. You go ahead and you're using that credit card to pay for expenses with your business. Again, you shouldn't, but you're doing it. Again, it's impacting your personal credit. If you're doing business credit, you literally can go to Bank of America that same day. And it's like, okay, you sit down with the banker and it's like, hey, I want to apply for a personal credit card. They give you 10K. It's like, oh, I also have a business. I have an EIN. I have my articles of organization with the state of California. You give them that information, you apply for a credit card that same day. You get approved for a business credit card. They may give you $22,000. So in one sitting, you just walked out of the bank with $32,000. Versus if you don't have a business and you're just using personal credit, you only have a $10,000 credit card. It's just as simple as that. So because the other thing is when it comes to personal credit, you can't get the same credit card over and over. So like, yeah, like one of my cards, let's see, where's my Chase Sapphire is somewhere in here. So like my Chase Sapphire card, I can, oh, that's not a business card. But for example, like if you get a credit card with Chase, Sean Scales can only get that credit card one time. Simple as that. But if I got a Chase Business Inc. card with Horizon, I can get that same card with Cosmic. I can get the same card with Credit Perry Evolve. If I launch another business, Honor and Valor LLC, whatever, I can get that credit card with them. So I can literally get that same credit card 4 times under different LLCs from the same bank on the same day. I literally could walk in and Chase and like, hey, I got 4 businesses. I want to apply for a credit card with all 4 today. They're all 4 different companies. They all can get approved for a credit card that same day. Versus, again, Sean, I can only get 1 credit card that day from Chase. That's all they're going to give me. They're not going to give me anything else. So business credit allows you to double that, triple, quadruple it. Number 2, makes you more desirable to lenders. Simply due to the fact that they understand businesses spend more money. Consumers don't spend as much as a business. A business, you're going to spend a lot more. They know that a business is going to spend $20,000 in a month. A person, you're not spending 20 grand regularly if you're managing your finances correctly. You're not spending 20K in a month on a credit card. So they don't tend to lend as much to an individual as they do a business. So with a business, you can get a lot more capital. That's why you see with business credit cards have $60,000, $75,000, $100,000 limit, because they know a business is going to spend that versus a personal credit card. It's $5,000, $10,000, much more simpler. Number 3, the benefit of business credit, again, it has nothing to do with your personal credit. So like I said, if you max out that credit card, it does not go on your personal credit with the business. They are separate. The relationship that you open with this bank or this lender or this creditor is to deal with your business. It has nothing to do with you as the business owner. So it keeps your personal credit separate. Means you're no longer a liability. If something happens to your business, the bank can't come after you, especially if you're an LLC or a corporation. It keeps you separate. They can only go after the LLC or so again, whoever the EIN is for, they can't touch you. So it keeps you separate. So for those of you who are sole props, you can build business credit as a sole proprietor. However, you are still a liability now. So again, God forbid something happens to your business. If it tanks, it goes under, whatever it may be, you can't keep the lights on, they can go after you because you're a sole proprietor. You are not protected as if you were LLC or a corporation. So I would suggest, if you are a sole proprietor, to consider switching over, at least file as an LLC. Again, if you can get even higher, go to a corporation. S corps are excellent, so you want to do that. Number 4, you can establish business credit extremely fast. That's the big difference between personal credit. Personal credit takes time. I mean, as a business owner who deals with personal credit daily and fixing credit and stuff like that, clients are constantly asking, like, how long is this going to take? It takes a long time to build personal credit. It does not get built overnight. I don't care what anyone tells you, it takes forever to have a good personal credit report. Versus business credit, as the name of this webinar, you can build business credit in 30 days. You can have excellent business credit in 30 days. Extremely fast to build. You literally can go to the bank today. You can, like I said, you can file an LLC today, go to Bank of America, apply for a business credit card. They're going to deny you. They're going to say, no, can't give you nothing because there's nothing on your business credit report. You do what I tell you today, go back to Bank of America in 30 days. I guarantee they give you a credit card. Simple as that. It's just going to be that simple because you can establish a profile so quick to where now, hey, they want to deal with you. Are they going to give you $15,000? Probably not. But again, they may give you $1,500. It's way better than them telling you no, like they did today. So that's the whole benefit of that. Number 5 is designed with startups in mind. It requires no cash flow, no collateral requirements. You can literally file for a business today, get approved with the state, and start building business credit tomorrow. It's that simple. As long as you do the 12 factors today, you can build business credit tomorrow morning. Limits are 10 to 100 times higher than personal credit limits. Like I said, because I know bank businesses spend more, so you get a lot more money. It's just as simple as that. And you get access to loans and lines of credit that you can use for your business while using for profits to help to grow and scale your company. So what makes business credit ideal for every business owner? You qualify for business credit as long as you have an operating business in the United States. Simple as that. Any and everybody who files under their Secretary of State of their state, you can get business credit today, no matter what. There's nothing that denies you anything like that. Everyone is eligible for business credit. You have an EIN, you have articles in a corporation or organization, statement of information, you can get business credit. Simple as that. You can get business credit even as a nonprofit, like I said, as long as it's incorporated. And the biggest part of all of this is business credit quality. So again, the quality of your credit report, the accounts that you have is what determines how much you can get. Having great business credit quality will determine the following. If your business will get approved for a loan or line of credit, how much you'll get approved for, and the terms you'll end up paying. Simple as that. Are they going to tell you yes or no? How much they're going to give you, and how can you pay it back? Is it net 30 terms? Is it low 0% interest rates? Stuff like that. So if you have a really, really good business credit quality, then it works in your favor. You can be denied financing based on business credit, even if you don't even have business credit. This was me, like I told you. I was being denied for business credit, even though like I had an EIN, I had my state set up, we were making money, and I was being denied. And so it's like, why? The reason being is that my business wasn't set up. It wasn't fundable in order to get approved for business credit. So my business credit quality and my rating was not good. And that's as simple as that. If you don't have your fundability set up correctly, you're going to be denied. I don't care how much you make. I've seen businesses make well over $5 million a year. Like, again, I've had some clients, like they do $5 million a year and they can't get a business credit card. Simple as that. Like, hey, we get denied left and right. We literally go to the bank that we are banking with. They see we do $800,000 to $100,000 a month and we get denied a credit card or we get denied a business loan. And it's just because there's nothing on their business credit report. Like, how much your revenue is has nothing to do with the quality of what Dun & Bradstreet is saying, what Equifax Small Business or Experience Small Business is saying about you. So again, those things definitely matter. And if they are not correct, you will be denied. So you're thinking what, right? Like, how am I being denied? Like, why am I being denied if there's nothing on my profile? It's nothing negative, so why am I being denied? But there's also nothing good. So again, you could be issued a failing business credit score, even if you have no business credit reporting. That's how they work. Experian is the prime example. So with Experian, your reason being your business looks like it's unestablished and is not profitable. So Experian even codes it like you're going to bring some filing bankruptcy. So what that means is, like I said, say you file for EIN, right? So you got an EIN and you filed in the state. Once that information gets reported to the credit bureaus, Experian is going to generate a score. Again, the score is from 1 to 100. It's how Experian does their like IntelliScore and stuff like that. Experian on average gives everyone like a 24 to like a 26 business credit score right off the bat. That's usually what they give you. Like, as long as you have a business name, they're going to give you like a 24 score. That score says to the banks, you are on the brink of filing for bankruptcy. Again, all that you did was file for EIN. You got your EIN 3 days ago. And Experian says, hey, ABC loan or ABC clothing is about to file for bankruptcy. And you're like, wait, no, we're not. We're doing $80,000 a month. We're not about to file for bankruptcy at all. Experian just knows that since there's nothing reported on your business credit report, that you are definitely on the brink of bankruptcy. It's just that's how they see it. So here's an example. Hopefully you guys can see it, but this is a business. So again, like I said, Experian will typically give you like a 28 score on the IntelliScore, and then stability, they give a 6. So this is a business. that just started. And again, it's hard to see, I apologize, but there's zeros. So it's like no bankruptcy, nothing filed, but it says like lines of credit, there's zero, 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 zero. There's zeros everywhere. They have nothing on his business credit report. It's a brand new credit profile. So experience says that they're medium risk, again, on the brink of bankruptcy, and their credit limit recommendation is only $1,000. So this goes back to, like I said, prime example, like for me and my company, where we were doing $50,000 a month, but Bank of America gave me $1,000 credit card. And it's like, why? Like I'm doing 50 times that. But again, there's nothing on my profile. So because of that, experience says Horizon Credit is on the brink of bankruptcy. We would not recommend that you give them more than $1,000. And that's how that works. So how do you fix that? You have one trade line, literally. As you can see, here's one net 30 term. It's $100. You probably, I don't know if you can really see it, but only $100. This is one vendor account. So this is the same business, a net 30 term, $100 vendor account. Credit score went from a 28 to 96, and they went from a 6 to a 55 for one business. And credit limit recommendation went from $1,000 to $2,500. That's simple from having just one account. One account went from a 26 to a 96. And like I said, the highest score that you can get is 100. So they are 4 points away from an absolute perfect business credit score off one account. And you may be thinking like, and as I said, it's literally that simple. Like that's what I love about business credit is it's so straightforward. It is so simple. You follow the steps. You do. It's a roadmap. It literally is. As long as you go in a straight line, you cannot mess up. But again, that's with one account. Went to a 96 paydex score. And so what, it jumped so far. I apologize. Okay, no, it actually is the next one. So testimony. Here we go. I have a client, Jonathan Stockstill. So Stockstill Innovations LLC. So Jonathan says, I simply can't say enough about this company, this program. Talk about a system that's state of the art. What Sean has built is one of a kind and has made this journey to build business credit the simplest thing I've ever come across. I wish I found this company 4 months sooner, as I would not have wasted so much time, energy, and effort. But since using Cosmic's Business Credit Builder, we will obtain 6 lines of business credit, and we have a paydex score of a 91. And it's only been 2.5 months in this program. We can't thank Sean and his company enough. Don't hesitate. Buy now before the price goes up, because I tell Sean all the time, he should definitely be charging a lot more. So again, John was someone who came to us. I think they do like over $80,000 a month he's into. So Stockstill Innovations, they do, what is it? It's like fencing and stuff like that. So they're into like not like property management as far as like apartments, stuff like that, but they're into like spacing and stuff like that. So they build things. And so John kept saying like they constantly kept being denied. It's like no matter what we're doing, we're being denied business credit left and right. We didn't know where to begin. He was actually a friend of mine had introduced us. And so he came to us. And again, 2.5 months, they went from a 0 paydex score to a 91. And I think we have like a couple of his credit card approvals. I think they pop up. Yeah, so like right here, as you see, Stockstill Innovations LLC, you got American Business Credit Account, Delta Sky Lounge for $15,000. And again, 2.5 months. Then you got American Biz Gold Card. And so again, so those like 2 cards, but again, like I say, they said they had like 6, but I only use those 2. But again, so business credit is really that simple. Let's talk about how this is the most important part, the 7 stages of building business credit. Business credit is this straightforward. It is steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is it. And again, you can literally go from stage 1 to stage 7 in 3 to 4 months. You can have the perfect business credit report. We're in July. By Thanksgiving, you can have excellent business credit. So where I said, if you want to go buy a G-Wagon on your EIN, you can do that for Christmas if you follow these steps. All right, so stage 1, business credibility, improve your business's fundability. This is the 12 factors that I said. This is why 90% of all business credit applications are denied, because of fundability. Your business, how you present yourself to the banks is not fundable. You are not dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's. So when a bank, a underwriter gets your application, you are missing something that they're looking for, and they're instantly denying you. You're not crossing off that data point, it leads to a denial. So let's talk about what those 12 points are. So again, like I said, number 1 reason why business owners screw up is as simple as this. This is why everyone comes to me saying, I don't know why I'm being denied. I try everything and I'm being denied every application. It's because of fundability. So business credit fundability and your business. Business credit is solely credit in the name of the business. It relates primarily to the business's ability to pay their bills on time. It has nothing to do with the business owner's personal credit. It's how you establish in order for the business to pull its own weight. So right here, the second point relates to the primarily to the business ability to pay their bills on time. That is a huge key component because that's all business credit is. How well does Cosmic Financial pay their bills? Simple as that. Like if you gave Cosmic Financial $100 on an invoice, how long does it take them to pay it back? You have a net 30 term. Oh, Cosmic Financial pays their bills in 30 days. That right there leads to, it's again, that's good. It's an 80 PEDX score. But my business owners always ask, how do I get close to 100? The way to get closer to a 100 PEDX score is pay your bills early. So if you have a net 30 term and you have 30 days to pay this invoice. If you can pay it in 2 days, pay it in 2 days, because what's going to happen is American Express is going to go to Dun & Bradstreet and Experian and say, Cosmic Financial pays their bills with 28 days to spare. So instead of us getting a 80 PEDX score, we're now a 92 or 93. And if I have multiple businesses saying that to the business credit bureaus that I pay my bills early, that is what generates the higher score. That's what gets the higher credit limit increases, because it's saying to the banks that my business is able to fund itself. It is able to run on its own. It does not rely on the business owner. So when we hear buying a car off your EIN, getting a credit card off your EIN, it's because you have to show that your business has enough history on it in which it can fund itself. That there's enough business credit here that this company does not need to rely on anyone else. That Cosmic Financial is financially stable to the point that it can fund itself. So that's how that works. So fundability. I keep saying this word because you guys it needs to be ingrained in your head. This is the biggest part. So fundability is the ability of the business to obtain funding. This is how fundable is your business. A lot about how fundable your business is relies heavily on the business and how it's positioned from start. So for a lot of you today who already have businesses and EINs and Secretary of States and stuff like that, for a lot of you, it's going to be a lot of correcting right now. So when this is all said and done, you're going to, again, look at your notes, go back and say, okay, what do I have to go back and fix? Because if you don't fix them, I promise you will be constantly being denied. For those of you who have not established a business yet, you join this because, hey, you're interested in learning about business credit and stuff like that. What you want to do is follow these steps and do them correct from jump. So again, by doing this correctly now, you don't have to go back and fix it. You don't got to make changes and things like that. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of this stuff now. So all businesses start with no credit profile. So as I said earlier, you file an EIN. You register for EIN and you file in Secretary of State. There's nothing in your business credit for. We think just because we have an EIN, we got some type of business credit. Absolutely not. Until someone reports a payment experience. That's what a business credit trade line is. It's a payment experience. What that means is, again, Cosmic Financial, what American Express is going to say to Dun & Bradstreet is, what was your experience with Cosmic Financial? They pay early. That's simple. That's what business credit is. It's a payment experience. Because a lot of people say, I got a business credit card, but I don't have any business credit, or I don't have a score or whatever it may be. And again, it's not, because when we get a personal credit card, so if you go get a credit card today from Chase, and that credit card will report on your credit reports within the next 2 or 3 days, whether you use it or not. If you do not use it, it's going to pop up on your personal credit report in 2 days. Versus business credit, if you got approved for a business credit card, it's not going to appear on your business credit profile until you make a payment. Simple as that. They can literally give you a $10,000 line of credit. If you choose not to use it and not to pay it back, nothing gets reported to the business credit profile. It will stay blank. So you have to actually use it and pay it. As a result, whatever's on the application is reviewed for approvals. So again, if you don't have anything on your business credit report, and you submit an application and they run an EIN or that Dun and Bradstreet number and there's nothing there, they're going to base it purely off that. Therefore, it's your responsibility to ensure that you build an extremely strong profile, especially if you want to obtain business credit without a personal guarantee. Again, I'm going to repeat these things over and over. You guys got to understand it. So again, you want to have as many payment experiences so your company is flourishing and they pay their bills early in order for you to establish a profile in which you can get approved without your personal credit. So how do we accomplish this? Business name. Number one, what's your business name? Simple as that. You got to have a name that is not going to trigger red flags. Like a lot of people think we can just come up with any type of name that we want and stuff like that. There are names that you can't have. There are names that are high risk. And so we go over those, like in our system, we talk about things like that, but you definitely have to have a name that says who you are, what your business does, what your mission statement, like you want to have a name that represents who you are. And so we start here with this is the backbone of your business. Again, when you submit an application, they're going to see the business name. Your business name needs to be something that is not going to be a red flag to them. Next part is check with your Secretary of State to make sure the name is available that you're interested in. So again, go to Google your Secretary of State, go in there, you can do an entity search, search that name, search it as an LLC, search it as a corporation, search it as a sole prop, whatever you want to file as, search it in your state, make sure that name is available. Because the last thing you want to do is to start building business credit for a company that already exists. You're just helping them out and it's going to be, you can't switch that over. So you definitely want to make sure you do that. Next thing is you want to do, register with Secretary of State, file your file your articles of organization and your statement of information. Some states vary, but I know in the state of California, you have to have both your articles and your statement of information or they will charge you a fine or penalty for not having it. I've had to pay those by not having both. But yes, so when you register in your state, you will typically get your articles of organization as well as your incorporation. So you need to have those because when you start to apply for bank accounts and stuff like that, they're going to search your business online. So you definitely want to have that information set up. So moving on, go to GoDaddy.com and search for a URL with the name of your business. Make sure your site is available so you can be found online. A lot of people bypass this step, and I cannot emphasize enough why you should not. It is huge. Whenever I am coming up with a new business and a new business name, before I file with the Secretary of State, I go to GoDaddy. Like I literally go to GoDaddy and I will type in, so whatever names I'm thinking of, whatever names I'm trying to have, I will type them in and I will literally search to see if it's available. I would try to like callitmefinancial.com. You want to find a .com if you can. Credit Repair Evolved, we have to go with .co because .com is unavailable, so we're going to try to buy it later. But go to GoDaddy, search your business name if it is available, because again, we live in a day and age where the internet is king. Like people feel like they want to start a business, but they don't want to have a website. Like you don't have to have the greatest website on the planet, but you need to have a website because again, I don't care what you sell. I don't care who you are. If you ask me to buy something, I'm going to go to your website immediately. And that's one thing I encourage people to do all the time. Like, I don't get why people don't go to websites before they buy anything. Like, I don't care what you sell. Like I said, I don't care what you sell. If you try to sell me something, I'm going to go to your website first. And your website better pop up and better tell me what you're selling. If it's not, I am not buying from you. And so a lot of people bypass this step. Like, oh, like, do I really need a website right now? You don't need the greatest website, but you do have to have one. And the primary reason is, whether you want to believe it or not, these banks and these credit unions, these lenders, when you submit an application, they Google your website. They absolutely will go to your website and see if what you are selling is even a product that they even want to be a part of. Because again, if you're selling guns, they're going to deny you. So it's, again, they're going to go to your website. So get a web domain that matches your name. It is critical. You need to make sure you get that step. Because again, some companies will deny you if you do not have a website, because they're just gonna look at it as what day and age are you living in? Next one, moving on. When submitting credit applications, God, this is the biggest part. This is why people get denied. This is the number one reason. When submitting credit applications, the name that you enter on that application must be identical to the name that you registered your business with the name of your state, as well as your EIN. This is where everyone fails. Business owners fail because of congruency. People are not congruent when they submit applications when they're filing for their business. For example, our business is Cosmic Financial LLC. So every time I submit an application, doesn't matter what it is, bank accounts, utility bills, credit card applications, loans, whatever it is, every time I enter something, the name is always the same. It is Cosmic Financial LLC. I don't do Cosmic. I don't do Cosmic Financial. I don't do Cosmic LLC, because what you have to understand is every time you submit an application and your name varies, they're pulling that information. So what the system is going to do is, so if I submit an application as Cosmic LLC, even though we're Cosmic Financial LLC, so I submit an application with Cosmic LLC, the system is going to search the Secretary of State. Cosmic LLC is not going to come back. There's not going to be anything there. So that could be a denial. But also my EIN is registered as Cosmic Financial LLC. So the EIN I put on my application doesn't even match the business name. So this is where people really shoot themselves in the foot, is because they file for Secretary of State under one name, and then they file for the EIN under another name, and then they go submit an application for a bank account under a different name. And so it's like you got all these variations, none of them match. So the banker doesn't know who they're doing business with. Am I doing business with Cosmic? Am I doing business with Cosmic Financial LLC? Who am I doing business with? And it's like, because they don't match, it's not what they're trying to figure out. They deny the application. This is the main reason people are denied left and right, because they don't file their business congruently among everything. So again, get in a habit, whatever your business name is, from now on, you file that way every time you submit something, whether it's a phone, like if you're trying to get cell phones with AT&T, whatever it is, whatever you are submitting or applying for, your name needs to be the same across the board. Do not change it. Unless you're really going to go change your name with the Secretary of State, you're going to change it with the IRS, that's when you can change it. But again, if it's not, your name needs to be the same all the time, because if it's not, I promise you, you're going to start being denied left and right. So again, same thing I was saying. So your name must be identical on everything moving forward. Get in that habit. That includes all corporation papers, licenses, permits, utility bills, bank statements, phone bills, insurance statements. Whatever you are submitting for your business, your name must be the same every single time. Do not change it whatsoever. Do not have any variation, because it will lead to a can of worms that you will have to go back and fix. And it may be better off you just get a new business name. When you get a new business name, you're going to have to rebuild business credit all over again. So again, going forward, start correcting your name across the board on everything tied to your business. Business address is a big key component. So what you want to do at this stage is look bigger than what you are. Simple as that. And so what I mean by this is, you cannot give business credit with a PO box. Simple as that. So if you have a PO box for your business, I'm telling you right now, you will be denied credit 110%. I'm going past 100%. I'm letting you know right now, they're going to deny you before you even submit the application. Don't even submit it. It's going to be a denial. You cannot give business credit with a PO box. So again, you need to look bigger than what you are. So you can literally be an individual. For me, for example, Cosmic started off with just me. Horizon started off with just me. Credit Repair Vault, just me. We're talking one-person businesses. But I create a web presence. I create a social media presence. I create content and we have business addresses. We have virtual addresses. We have physical addresses. That for the banker, the underwriter, so if I submit an application for credit and they decide, because our business is public, our business address is 1111 6th Ave. I have no problem saying it, it's a public address. 1111 6th Ave, San Diego, California, 92101. What that means is, if I submit an application for credit, the banker is going to Google that address. Like I said, get in the habit of understanding they are going to research you. Personal credit, they don't research you. There's nothing for me to research. But bankers for business credit will research you. They are going to go look for your, again, they're going to check your name. They're going to check your website. They're going to check your address. They will literally Google your address. And if your address is a P.O. box or a home address, it does not look good. Now you may be thinking, fake it till you make it again. Go big. Virtual address is the way to go. I highly encourage it. But home addresses, because you may be thinking, so I can't use my home address. Times have changed. The pandemic has changed things to where a lot of people work from home. A lot of people are entrepreneurs. A lot of people are, again, they are work from home. So banks understand that. So they do accept that you can have a home address, because you can literally be working from home. Gymshark, the owner from Gymshark works from home, and they do over $1 million a month, maybe even more. But again, he literally works from home. So the bank is not going to deny that. So again, you can work from home, you can have a home address, but what you have to understand is, just like I gave you my business address, your home address is now public information. Anyone can Google your business address. So if you're using your home address as your business address, and someone decides to, oh, I want to go pay such and such a visit because I want to go talk to somebody, and they knocking on your door, it's because your address is a public address. It is something to the public that they can search. So keep that in mind. If you don't want anyone showing up at your house, don't use a home address. But you cannot use a P.O. box. It will get you instantly denied. So how do you accomplish this? If you're already brick and mortar, because you already got an office space like we do, great, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. I got an office space, we got an office, we got a home, we got a business address, we're good to go. But let's say you don't have the funds for that, and you don't need that, because again, it's just you, or it's just you and your wife, whatever it may be. Get a virtual office. This is where I started off at. So virtual office is a place, for some of you may know, companies like Regis, Da Vinci is who we use. Who else is there? There's other ones, but what a virtual office is, it creates the impression that you are bigger than you actually are, because you have so what a virtual office is, there's large corporations and large buildings. You guys probably see them all the time. It's a really large building. They're all downtown, they're all different places, but in there's these co-working spaces. So you can actually work in a co-working space if you want to be physically there. You pay a little more, or you can just purchase a virtual office address from them. It's typically around like $79 a month, what a lot of places are. And so what it is that it will create the impression that your business actually is at a large business. So again, you will get an address similar to ours, like 11116 Ave. So when we submit an application and a banker is looking and typing his address, a large building pops up. Not a P.O. box, not my home address. It's an actual large building. And again, our name is in the directory. It pops up that way. If they decided to call, most virtual offices, the receptionist will take a call on behalf of your business. They can call and like, hey, can we speak to someone from Cosmic Financial? The receptionist will say, yeah, we can transfer you over, or whatever it may be. So it's the beauty of it is that, again, it creates this impression you are larger than where you are. So again, you guys got to get in the habit of understanding personal credit is completely different business credit. Two are night and day. So you are trying to impress these bankers. You are trying to impress these lenders, trying to let them believe that you are a real flourishing business. You cannot look like you're small fish, because you will be denied. So again, it creates the impression that your business is operating out of a large building in your local area. You're provided with real physical mailing address. So again, you get a real address that belongs to a building. It's an excellent option if you ever need to hold a meeting or your interview, whatever it may be. So people can always stop by. You can do that. You can rent an office space. And most come with a receptionist who can take calls, like I was saying, during normal business hours. What you should not do, as I said, is get a P.O. box. Again, don't waste your time with it. If you have one, I'm sorry to break the bad news. You may want to get rid of it. Stop using it, because again, you will be denied. It's almost instant denial on every business credit application. Can you use your home address? Wow. So we're flying through this thing. So like I was saying, you can't use it. I wouldn't recommend it unless, again, you want someone popping up at your house one day because they want to meet you, because they thought that you were office space. Business entity, big part. So you need to give financing or credit for your business. You must have a business entity, meaning LLC, corporation, small nonprofit, or whatever it may be. So a corporation LLC gives you the best odds for business credibility in most cases. Banks like to see your LLC or a corporation. Corporate entities also default reduce your overall personal liability. Like I was saying earlier, if something happens, you are able to be protected. So definitely want to do that. So make sure when you're filing for your business entity, you use the same address that you use when you register your business in the state. So again, keep everything congruent. Same name, same address, spelled the same, don't change it. If you filed in a state, like for example, our business address is 1111 6th Ave. So that's how I always do it, 1111 6th Ave, number 6 TH Ave. So what I don't want to do is 1111 6, spelling the word SIXTH Avenue. It's going to mess things up. Even though it technically may go to the same place, it's not going to look the same. Get in the habit of filing everything the exact same. Employer identification number, so your EIN. So this is what we're going to talk about. You can order your EIN for your business for free. Go to that link, irs.gov. It is that simple. Literally, go to irs.gov. Let me see if I can even share with that. Yeah, I don't want to mess anything up, but yeah, just go to irs.gov, type in EIN, it pops up. It's absolutely free. You can get your EIN for in like 5 minutes. Literally, you just put your business name in, type it in, you get it on the spot. When you hit submit and complete it, it literally gives you your EIN immediately. You have it on the spot. So this is what it looks like. You go right there. As you can see, click that button, apply now. Takes 5 minutes, fill it out. You got an EIN right on the spot. It doesn't take any. There's a lot of places you may see on the internet that may ask, that may say they can get you an EIN and they charge like $200-300. They literally do what I just showed you. Like they will charge you $300, go right to irs.gov and get your EIN, and you just pay $300 for it. So just like you have a social security number, your business has an EIN, and just like you have a birth certificate, your articles of organization is the same for your within your state. So that's how you always got to remember. My articles of organization is the birth certificate of my business. My EIN is the social security number of my business. That's how the two are. Once you fill out the application for EIN, you will typically receive it right away. And once you received it, you can now go to a bank of your choice and open a checking account. So a business checking account. So again, you cannot open a bank account without your articles of organization or your EIN. You must have both of those to get a business checking account. The beauty of this is that you get both of those, you can go to any bank and open a business checking account. And you always, if you're working and operating as a business, keep the two separate. Keep your personal funds away from your business funds. It helps with accounting. This is also the number that you use moving forward for all business credit loans and applications. And now we're moving on business phone number, 401 listing. We'll try to fly through this stuff. Toll-free numbers are the best option. For us, we have an 888 number. It's good. I love having an 888 number for toll-free reasons. However, people always think we're debt collectors, so they don't answer the calls. So keep that in mind. So you can do your local number. We're San Diego, so 619. If I want to do 619, it'd be good. But you don't want to use a Google number. So I know a lot of people I call, business owners and stuff like that. I literally will call them because we got a phone call and it says like, the Google number, it's going to transfer you over in a second. That doesn't look good to banks. They don't want to know. Again, you're creating this impression. You're a large corporation. Have a toll-free number or have a local number. But if you don't want people having your personal number, again, you literally can add a telephone number to your cell phone plan for like $6 a month. And that way it's just a separate phone number. You can have those calls forwarded to your cell phone. That way you keep it separate. But having a Google number is a red flag to banks. Again, literacy toll-free numbers is a good sign of business credibility. We have an 888 number. So again, it looks to banks that we are fully functional, fully operational. So it looks really good. Having a toll-free number provides lender with the perception that your business is much larger than it actually is, even though if you're working from home. It helps with business fundability if you have a dedicated business phone number and not just a cell phone. And your phone number must be listed with the 411 in order for a majority of lenders to lend you credit. Again, 12 factors. This is one that people don't know about, don't pay much attention to, is that they don't have their phone number listed with the 411. What this means is, if you Google a company's phone number, it must pop up online. Like for example, our number is 888-226-7647. If you Google that number, Cosmic Financial pops up because we're listed and registered with the 411. What they don't want is if I Google your number, like if they Google my number, Sean Scales pops up. That's where it looks like it's again, who are we doing business with? Are we doing business with Collins Financial or Sean Scales? So I need to register my number as a business number with the 401 registry. So you can definitely do that. And so we show you how to do that as well. Business licenses. Contact your state, county, city, government offices to confirm if you're required to have any license or permits to operate your type of business. Some businesses don't require so many permits or licenses. You may be lucky, but some have extra licenses that you may need. So you want to make sure that you have those if you are operating your business. Licensing requirements differ from state to state, so always make sure you're using the proper licensing for your corporation. Being licensed is also another way to build credibility. It makes you look more attractive to potential customers. So if you do have licenses that you can display, customers feel secure that you can do that. Moving on, web domain, website, professional email. Back to what I touched on earlier. Lenders and creditors will always research your corporation online. I get clients who come to me who are part of my program, who are part of our business credit builder, they always ask, do I have to have a website right now? And again, like I said, you don't have to have the greatest website on the planet, but you do have to have one. They have to be able to find you online. Again, you are a business, act like one, operate like one, get in that habit. You can literally get a domain from GoDaddy for $1.99. It's that simple. Go to GoDaddy.com, type in a business name that you want if you don't have one. You can probably get a domain for $1.99, maybe $4.99 at the most. Something like that. Again, get a website, get it set up. That way they have something, because I'm telling you, they are going to research you. They will tell you, hey, we couldn't find you online. Sorry, we have to deny it. It's the best thing to learn everything about you and your business. I can't tell you how many times I've submitted applications for credit and a banker has told me like, hey, like I really loved your website. Again, before I even talk to them, this could be the first time we're like getting on the phone. Like, hey, Sean, we just got your application. We're going over it. We checked out your website. Looks really good. I haven't even talked to them and they've already gone to the website. They really do that. So again, understand they are checking that. Not having a website significantly increases your odds of denial. Purchase hosting from a hosting site such as GoDaddy or Bluehost.com. Purchase a domain as close to your registered business name as possible. So again, whatever your business name is, try to get a domain name that is very close to that. You want to keep everything similar so someone can easily remember your name, type it in, and they can find you. Obtain a professional email address. Big. Use the email address with your name ending at the end of your domain address. My email address is sean@collinsfinancial.com. Simple as that. Be professional. You do not. So not only is this professional, and it increases your chances of getting approval with most creditors and lenders because it looks professional. Lenders have stated 90% of applications they receive for business credit with an email address ending in Gmail, at gmail.com, at yahoo.com, or at hotmail.com is instantly denied. 90%. So again, I don't care what your business credit is. I don't care how much money you make. Lenders said 90% of applications they receive, if your email address on that application ends in Gmail, Yahoo, or Hotmail, they will instantly deny you. So again, act like a business. Stop acting like an individual. Open a business bank account. You have an EIN, you have a Secretary of State, you must have a bank account devoted strictly to the operations of your business. Go to the bank, take those documents, they will open your business checking account. You fund it with like 25 to $100, something like that. And then you're moving on. The IRS is not finding you commingling funds. If you're filing your taxes and they see you doing your personal expenses with your business, doesn't look good. Business with your personal doesn't look good. You can also make accounting much easier. Your bookkeeper and accountant will love you because you kept the two separate. So definitely want to do that. So again, keep your funds separate. And business merchant account. This is one you don't need to have right away, but it is good. So open a business merchant account is one of the smartest ways to help grow your business. I have one. It's one of the things that I do right away. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to start building business credit, but it is good because now your business can accept credit and debit cards. So by having a merchant account, like we were EMS, we were PayPal, we were Stripe. So again, so you can go to any of those companies, go to them, set up an account, get a merchant account. So that way you can actually process payments because it helps you in the long run when you want to go to banks and you can show them this is how much we make monthly. Like we are processing our merch. Here's our merchant statement. Our merchant statement says we do $32,000 a month. The banks love to see that. So you want to show them you can do that versus you can't say like, oh, I need a business loan or I need a credit card and all your payments are through Venmo or your payments are through Cash App. That doesn't count. They're not going to set that. So you want to show them that, hey, here's our merchant account with PayPal. And with PayPal, we did $18,000 this month, or we did $8,000, whatever it may be. They can see that. And the beauty of that is that they will actually loan you money because they see you're processing payments to them. So studies have shown that clients are much more inclined to buy if they can pay by card. So if you tell someone like, hey, like, yeah, we're selling this product and you can pay with your Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, they're much more likely to buy versus, oh, we only take cash. It's like, oh, I'm kind of iffy about that. So our top recommended merchant accounts, PayPal, Stripe, Square, Chase, EMS, that's who we use. We use literally all of them. The reason why you want to do them, so like I said, so PayPal, if you're processing $5,000 a month with PayPal, you literally can go to PayPal and ask for a loan and they'll give you a loan up to 20% of annual. So if you're doing $5,000 a month, that's $60,000 a year, PayPal will give you a loan of what? 20% of 60 is 30 grand. So like, yeah, so you can get a very large, and they will deposit directly to your account because they know you are processing payments with them. So get in the habit of having a merchant account for those specific reasons. SIC and NAICS codes. A lot of you may not even know what this is. It is very important. So your SIC and NAICS codes is the North American Industry Classification System. It's how they code your business. It's the purpose of collecting, analyzing, and publishing statistical data pertaining to your industry. So whatever industry you're in, what you guys do, they are going to, like, you're in a specific code and category. So you want to make sure you're coded correctly because you could be denied if you get yourself coded incorrectly. Like say, for example, you do real estate. Real estate is broad. So it's like, like some banks don't want to deal with real estate. So if you want to really hone into what your business actually does in real estate, whether it's lending or whether it's flipping houses, there's a specific code for that. And you want to make sure you select the correct code because it definitely can determine your industry and your risk. Again, so an early step in fundability process is setting your industry up, your businesses. And so some industries are considered riskier than others for lenders to lend based off credit denials. So added risk can mean stricter underwriting guidelines or simply no funding. Again, they may just say like, hey, we just don't loan your business. Again, I did credit repair. Credit repair is one that is an extremely high industry of high risk. And it's like, I've been denied left and right, no matter how much you make, they don't care. It's just hell. It's an industry we don't want to touch. A lot of banks don't want to touch it because a lot of people charge back funds and stuff like that. So you got to make sure whatever industry you're in is not considered high risk. Or if it is, understand there are going to be challenges for you. All right, so moving along, only a couple more stages and we're almost done. Stage 2, establishing business credit reports. Again, you cannot establish business credit by just having an EIN. I said this earlier during the call. You need to have your business listed with Dun & Bradstreet. This is DMB. Dun & Bradstreet, you can do this for free. Go to dnb.com. Literally, just go to dnb.com, type in your business name. You get a Dun & Bradstreet number immediately. Again, these are things that you can get for free that a lot of companies charge a lot of money. You may see like, oh, we can set you up with Dun & Bradstreet. It's absolutely free. Go to dnb.com. Search your business name. If it pops up, great. You already got a DUNS number. If it doesn't, create the profile. You will register it. You get a DUNS number on the spot. You're going to need a DUNS number in order to start building business credit and getting a PAYDEX score. You have to have a DUNS number. So you have to have an EIN number and a DUNS number. You must have both of them to get business credit. Dun & Bradstreet uses a PAYDEX score when it comes to your score. That ranges from 1 to 100, like we were talking about earlier. And ideally, you want to have a score of at least an 80. An 80 PAYDEX score is equivalent to a 720 credit score. Really good. It means you pay your bills on time. That's what they're looking at. Hey, does Cosmic Financial pay their bills on time? Yes, we do. How do you get it higher? As I say earlier in the call, pay your bills early. You got 30 days to pay. We're going to pay it in 3 days. So what's going to be reported to Dun & Bradstreet? Cosmic Financial pays their bills with 27 days to spare. Instead of getting an 80, we just got an 89 right now. That's how they do it. So you can get a DUNS number instantly by registering your business on their website. However, you have to have at least 3 payment experiences in order for a PAYDEX score to be generated. So a lot of people say like, hey, I got a PAYDEX score, I got an EIN, I got this, I got that. but I still don't have a business credit score. What is going on? It's because just because you got the paydex score, just because you have a Dun & Bradstreet number and an EIN, you're not utilizing business credit. You haven't gotten business credit yet. You haven't paid anything. You have to make 3 payments to 3 companies. You have to make 3 payments to 1 company, or again, 1 payment to 3 different companies. There just needs to be 3 experiences on your business credit report in order for your score to go up. So again, if you pay, you get a net 30 term, you got 3 companies, right? You set up with 3 vendors and they all $50, $70, $100, whatever it is. They all give you 30 days to pay. You pay all of them on the 30th day. Promise you, your paydex score is going to be an 80. Simple as that. They're just going to give you 80 paydex score. But for those 3 businesses, let's say you did them all today, you bought something from all of them today, and they all gave you invoices tomorrow. You paid all those invoices tomorrow. So what's going to happen is those 3 companies are going to report your payment experience as you paid them with 29 days to spare. So when that business credit score gets generated, you now have 3 companies that all said you pay your business 29 days early. So instead of that 80 on that day, you're going to check in, it's going to be like a 94. And it's like, God, like, I'm 6 points away from a 100 paydex score, literally like an 850 personal credit score. That's how that works. All right, moving on. So here's a case study for one of my clients, Leonard. Absolutely love Leonard. He's actually one of the writers for Tyler Perry. So was introduced to him. Leonard, really, really smart man. Great. He's one of my best case studies. So with Leonard said, let me start off by saying, wow, like seriously, wow. I was introduced to Sean and Coughlin Financial, a mutual financial advisor. And prior to speaking to Sean, I had no clue to even where to begin with obtaining business credit. After speaking to Sean for just 15 minutes, I was sold and had the utmost confidence in him and his company. And boy, they did not disappoint. Within 24 hours, I received my first credit card approval, an American Express Business Platinum with a $50,000 spending limit on it. Same day, received another approval from American Express for Blue Cash rewards for $16,000. I had never even had an American Express in my life, and within 1 day, I now have 2. And it didn't stop there. Approval after approval after approval. Within 7 days, I went from $0 in business credit to $94,500. This has been the greatest investment ever for my company and I, and it's allowed me to float money and engage in investment opportunities without even having to use my own hard-earned cash. So that was Leonard's case study. Like I said, it's one of my best ones. Sort of like, it's kind of tough because it like set the bar so high. Like, God, we just did that. Like literally in 1 week, he had $94,000. Here's his approvals. Here's his biz goal. Welcome Leonard. So as you see, these are actual case studies. And again, this biz goal has no limit. It's a charge card with no limit on it. Here's his business blue card, $22,000. He also got approved for a U.S. bank card, business credit card for $3,000, a platinum business. Here's another American Express we got on Amazon Prime for $16K. And so again, and I think he had like 2 more other credit cards. So Leonard did an amazing job. But yeah, there are 2 other ways to build business credit. Oh God, we're fine. Okay, so we're like maybe 15 more minutes when we get done. So the first and fastest way is a credit line hybrid. So this is what Leonard did. Leonard is a credit line hybrid. So like I said, there's 2 ways to start building business credit the second we get off this call. Number 1, credit line hybrid. This requires good credit. So it's 0% interest rate. You can take cash out. There's no documents required. And you can literally get up to $150,000 in credit in 30 days or less. It helps instantly build business credit. So credit line hybrid is like the funnest one. It's like, okay, I can get $150K in literally 30 days. No documents, no tax returns, no bank statements, nothing. But the downside to this program is it requires excellent personal credit. 680 credit score, most cases 720. That's the thing. So again, when you see people on the internet and they're constantly talking about get $100,000 in business credit, they're leaving out this part. If you want to get business credit like this immediately, meaning you just got an EIN yesterday and you want to go get a credit card for $50,000, you can do it with a credit line hybrid. However, your credit score must be good. If your credit score is not at least at a 680, it is not going to work. You got to go the actual business credit builder route. And that's what we're going to get to in the next step. So case study, it's Courtney Ketchum. She owns Urban Rarity LLC. So Courtney says, talk about fast access to cash and capital. I spoke with Cosmo Financial, and within 24 hours, they have my business pre-approved for 3 credit cards. But I didn't want to bite more. I didn't want to bite off more than I can chew. I only decided to take one of the offers, and it was a $17,000 business credit card from Amazon Prime. I was also approved for an Amex Delta Sky Platinum card that had a limit of $10,000 on it. But again, I don't want to put myself in a situation of temptation. I declined that offer, but who knows? In a few months, I may ask to reapply, and if my business credit continues to grow like it is, that 10K offer may be 20K next time. So option number 2, this is building business credit from the ground up with no personal guarantee. So you can still get to getting a $50,000 American Express business credit card with no personal guarantee. You can still do that. However, you have to build business credit from the ground up. This is where people on the internet and on Instagram and on Facebook leave this part out, and it drives me insane because, like I said, all they're doing is reeling you guys in, leading you on and believing that you can just go into the bank with an EIN and just get a credit card for 25K. No, you cannot. You can do that if you build your business credit profile up correctly. So this is how you do it. Tier 1, vendor accounts. So there's so the business credit tiers, there's 4 tiers. Tier 1 is vendor accounts. Tier 2 is retail and free credit. Tier 3 is cash cards. Tier 4 is revolving credit. Revolving credit is the credit cards that we all love. That's the American Express. That's all of this. That's these cards. That's revolving credit. You want to get to this point. But again, to get to this point, you got to go from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. I did that in 8 months, got this. You can now, again, what I'm teaching is how to do this in 3 to 4 months. You can literally get here in 3 to 4 months. So tier 1 vendor accounts, business credit timeline. It will take at least 6 to 9 months to establish a really strong business credit profile. However, with our program that I'm going to show you, you can establish it in 3 to 4 months. If you're being aggressive with the tracker, you got to be aggressive. So this is the most proven and surefire way to build business credit in 2022. Every step and every creditor is designed to help you build your business. It means what it's meant to do is help you qualify for business credit loans and applications and loans and auto financing with your EIN only. So again, if you want to buy a G-Wagon with your EIN, you can do it, but you're going to need 12 to 15 payment experiences. So like I said, as I said earlier, if you had 3 vendor accounts and they all reported something each, that's 3 payment experiences. You got to get 12 to 15 of those. You get 12 to 15 payment experiences that say you pay your bills early. I promise you, Mercedes-Benz will give you a G-Wagon off your EIN on. That's all you got to do. But you got to start by getting the business credit profile built up. You cannot go to Mercedes and say, I want a $250,000 G-Wagon with absolutely nothing on your Dun & Bradstreet credit score or your EIN. You can't do it. It's just not going to work. So it's meant to build for the sake. It isn't meant to build for the sake of building, nor is it just to increase numbers. What you want to do is start with starter vendor accounts. So starter vendor accounts are beneficial when because they are open and willing to give credit to new businesses or established businesses with no business credit. That's the whole beauty of a vendor account. Do I have one over here? I don't think I have a card from a vendor real quick. I was trying to see. But we're talking like Uline, Crown Office Supplies, Quill, stuff that you guys may heard. They're great because they will start, they're like secured cards. So it's like when you're trying to build your own personal credit, you got to start with a secure credit card, whether it's like Capital One or something like that. You got to start from ground zero. You got to start from scratch. So someone is willing to take a risk with you. Someone is willing to go out on a limb and extend credit, even though you're brand new as an individual. So there are businesses that will do that for you. So they'll extend credit to you to do business with them. And as long as you do business with them and pay them, they'll report that to the business credit bureaus. And then that will start building your profile up. So, however, not all vendors that you find on the internet report payment to credit reporting agencies. So you got to be very careful and not just signing up with someone who says they give business credit, because they may give business credit, but they don't report it. Makes no sense that you build a relationship with them, you give them $50 because you bought something from them and they didn't even report it to the business credit report. It served you no purpose. But most vendors will report your payment experience within 60 days from payment. So it could be anywhere from 30 days to 60 days, but you definitely want to track it. The more payment experiences that you receive, the stronger your profile becomes, the faster you move up the ladder, receiving cash credit. And most vendors aren't attached to a bank. Therefore, they're not required to obtain social security numbers. That's the beauty of it. Like, you don't got to put your social security number on it because they don't have that stipulation that requires your social security number to give you credit. They can just do it off the EIN. By not putting your social security number on an application, it forces the vendor to approve your application based purely off the strength of the EIN. So that's why you want to omit that. If you do not put your social on it, they can't run it. They can only put the EIN, and that's how it will work. Once you've made 3 to 5 payment experiences on your business credit reports, you're now ready for the next stage. Next stage, as you continue to build exceptional business credit, you pay your bills on time, credit providers will extend more credit to your business and higher limits. But most importantly, be patient. This is where it's a big key component. Everyone is like, oh my God, like I paid something, I bought something 30 days ago, they haven't reported yet. You got to be patient. Definitely want to be patient. Moving on, tier 2. So again, we're going to fly through this so we can wrap this up. Tier 2, retail and fleet credit. So retail and fleet credit, that's like stores, just like Staples, Office Depot, the Home Depot, Lowe's. Those are your retail credit cards. So again, if you go to them right now, you can't go to them. You can literally walk into Staples or Office Depot and apply for a credit card, and you're going to be denied because you have no business credit. It's just simple. You got to start with the vendor account, get 3 to 5 vendors reporting. Then you go to Staples and you go to Office Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that. Then they will give you the credit cards for them if that's what you want. If you want a card because you need tools or whatever it may be. Or you can move on. So with retail, again, like I said, you could office supplies, power tools, and then you can move on to fleets. Retailers will absolutely check your information. Okay, yeah. Retailers definitely, like Staples, they're going to check your online and stuff like that. So they're going to check Secretary of State, IRS, website. They're going to check all that. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're going to apply for Home Depot, like I said, it's hard to get in Home Depot if you have no business credit. They're going to deny you on the spot. But if you have business credit, couple accounts reporting, you have your EIN correct, you have your Secretary of State correct, you have your number listed with the 411, you can get approved with Home Depot and you get a pretty good limit. Fleet credit, this is used to purchase fuel. Like for example, like you see, we got ExxonMobil. This is like 45. It's like a $4,500 limit that we have right here. Fleet credit to purchase gas, maintaining vehicles. Like if your car needs repairs, if you're in the trucking industry, transportation, stuff like that. So you want fleet credit for those reasons. It can also be used to what else? I don't want to say it's not financing, but again, that's the whole point of fleet credit, to get multiple gas cards. Like I showed you, we had a $17,000 76 gas card, so stuff like that. You want to have at least 5 payment experiences reporting to ensure that you get approved without a personal guarantee. So again, if you have 3 to 5 accounts reporting, you can get a gas card with $10,000 for your business without putting your social on it. So, but you have to build the business credit profile up. Tier 3 business credit cards. Now we're actually starting to talk. So business credit cards are more universal. They're now your Visa, MasterCard, American Express cards. So again, most of them come with rewards and incentives. They want to encourage you to spend with them. And then you also get into your auto financing. So your auto financing, this is now, like I said, payment experiences, 14 reporting. You can get qualified for auto financing with without a personal guarantee. So if you want to buy trucks, whatever it is, you can go to Ford Motor, Ally Financial, Toyota, GM Financial, Ally Bank. You can literally go to these dealerships and apply for financing for your business purely off the EIN. But you got to be at like 14 payment experiences to get approved for that. We've had clients that secure as much as $185,000 in auto financing with no personal guarantee simply by having enough payment experiences on the report. It's literally that simple. This is your high limit revolving credit. The approvals you all been waiting for. This is tier 4. So your business at this stage is given that you ensured your business fundability is stellar. Your payment experience is amazing. You have 15 plus. Now you literally can get credit cards that don't, you don't have to put your social security number. So now you can get your American Express cards, your Spark cards, Bank of America, Chase. You can literally get all those credit cards, even though your personal credit is not good. Because what's going to happen is they're going to run that application. They're going to see your Dun & Bradstreet number. They're going to see the payday score. They're going to see the EIN. They're going to see Experience Tele score. They're going to see all these great scores that they're going to approve your business without even looking at your personal. Your personal could suck and they don't care. Because again, your business has shown that it can fund itself. It can take care of itself. That's what they're going to base that off of. So again, just to recap, how do you maximize your credit? Don't just pay your bills on time, pay them early. Check and monitor your business credit, monthly using NAV. Sign up with NAV's Boost because they report as a trade line every single month that you pay them. Get as many trade lines as possible, as these payment experiences will drastically improve your overall business credit reports. And you only have to use your vendors once. A lot of people ask this because they always think like, do you have to keep buying from them? No. 90% of the companies that I've signed up for vendors, we use them one time. Got a payment experience, I moved on. So the importance of building business credit over time is to grow your business credit. And over time, as your profile strengthens, your credit limit recommendations will increase. So again, that's for the most part, I think we're like almost at the end. You will constantly receive offers in the mail from creditors wanting to give you business credit based purely off your EIN. And by showing how responsible your business is for paying your bills on agreed upon terms, more approvals will come. This is Cosmic. So again, I want to give you guys just proof. So Cosmic, this is like beginning at the end of last year. So at the time we had an 80 payment score of a low risk. But as you see, we're like a 2 and a percentile. But see this credit line recommendation. After about 6 months of doing business credit, so Dun & Bradstreet now, so when we apply for credit, so when you apply for a business credit card, they're going to pull your DUNS number. Dun & Bradstreet gives the bank the recommendation. So when you're wondering like, how do you get approved? It comes from Dun & Bradstreet. They're going to tell Chase, based off the information we have, Chase, you should give this company X amount of dollars. Well, Dun & Bradstreet tells all banks when we apply for credit that we should be getting a credit limit recommendation of $34,000. So if I submit an application right now, we're going to get at least that because I built this profile strong enough that off the EIN. So again, this is off the EIN. This is Cosmic Financial. This is not Sean Skills. So off my EIN, no personal guarantee, I can get a credit card for $34,000 because I built my business credit profile up correctly. That's what that means. Alternative financing. So again, this is just a way to go get financing. You can go to smaller banks, lenders, by doing cash flow, business revenue, merchant accounts, stuff like that. Collateral, 401ks, real estate, accounts receivable. These are ways that you can do it. Or again, your personal credit, back to the credit line hybrid. If you have really good personal credit, you can get approved for credit, business credit on the spot. For alternative financing, you're gonna need one of those: cash, collateral, or credit. So just to recap and wind this thing up, because I know everyone's tired. I'm actually tired, it's longer than expected. So we're gonna, but you can get money for your business even if your credit is bad. You can get money for your business even if you don't have any collateral. And you can also get money for your business even if you're a startup with no income verification. So you can also get money for your business even if your business has been turned down previously. And you can get money for your business without a personal guarantee. So I hope that I've debunked that tonight, that you can definitely get business credit without your personal credit. So hopefully you guys gained some value. Like that's the main objective of tonight, that hopefully that I've taught you guys in this hour and a half, longer than I expected. Actually, like, yeah, we started at 4:10, so hour and 40 minutes. Everything I've learned in like 2 years is pretty much what I just did. So we just bundled it all up and threw this in. So I hope that you guys really got a grasp of that and understand, like, okay, there's these roadblocks that you have to go through to build business credit. So let's talk about what's next. So what's next? Option 1. You literally can take down all the information I just provided to you and how to position your company to be fundable and optimize your business credit rating on your own. Like you literally can just take all the information. Like I said, you guys are gonna get a recap. You're gonna get a replay. If there was something you missed, something you need to go over, you guys are gonna get emailed later tonight with that link. You can download it and go over it, and again, it'll break it down. So that's option 1. Or option 2, you can see exactly what it is on how I was able to effectively implement successful business credit strategies to help amass $250,000 in 8 months of business credit with our we're the greatest business credit system on the market. So again, it's something I built, and so it's just really want to show. So yeah, if you guys want a free demo, again, it's absolutely free. Again, I know we're approaching time, so if you guys want to stick around, you definitely can. If you guys got to go, you can go. But this more so, if you guys want to see it, I definitely want to show you guys what we've been able to build because we've enhanced it a million times. And it's really good, it's effective. And I just want to show, like, really break it down to you guys. So I see a couple people saying, yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Glad you guys want to see it. So what I'll do is I will do a screen share really quick so you guys can see what our new program looks like. And this is floating mode, transparent. So let's see. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share this. And where is Monday? Okay. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. So participants can now see application. Okay, so this is what I built. And I love it. It is really, really effective. The beauty of this and what we did with this tracker is that it allows you as a business owner to know exactly what's going on with their company. When it comes to business credit, one of the reasons a lot of people fail is that they don't know how to manage their business credit. They run into these roadblocks, like they don't know who they signed up for, what did they buy, stuff like that. And it's just like, who's reporting, who's not reporting, who do I go get business credit for? So what I've did over the years through trial and error, as well as building this up with my business owners who are currently in my system, seeing what was effective for them, we built this system. And so what we have is like our card program. So this is our business credit builder. It's a dashboard. If you guys were interested, you can join onto this. So with this dashboard, again, it's just a way for you to track everything that's going on. So you will fill this out. It'll be for your company. You have your name, whatever it may be, like Sean Scales, whatever it is. You fill it in. So you tracking all this stuff. And so again, it's just really a synopsis. It's also a way for, if we're doing business with you, we know who we're dealing with. It's a way for us to communicate with you. Now, the actual builder. So like I said, the biggest key component of all this is stage one, is the fundability. So what we've done is we've actually built these videos and this progress. So we have videos installed in here that go into the whole process, explains the importance of it. It's like 3 minutes. They're all like pretty short and simple. So we have a video for every single step. So like step one, we have business names. So again, everything just recapping the 12 key components that we spoke about earlier. So business name, business address, entity, EIN, 401. So what we've done is we've included videos that show the importance of it, why they all work. And then we also have like these conversations that go into great detail about what pertains to the section. So business name, what goes all into a name, making sure your business can be trademarked, doesn't include high-risk industries, do you have a name selected, Secretary of State, stuff like that. So we've pretty much gone into excellent detail. Business address, again, the importance of it, do not use PO, who we recommend, what business are you operating. So what we've done is just giving you, and you can also time track everything. You can mark completed, you're working on this stuff. So we've pretty much broken down every single step, these building blocks that you can go through to make sure your business is set up correctly. Like, do you have your name, your address, your EIN set up correctly, business account, licenses. So again, we have everything set up with like your state license requirements for every single state, so stuff like that. And then we get into established stage 2. So like I said, there's 7 stages of building business credit. We have them all listed here. Then again, we have these drop downs that go into, again, Dun & Bradstreet. Again, there's a video that pertains to Dun & Bradstreet. It's 4 minutes, as you can see. Again, you click it, you watch it, it explains how to get a number. And then we also, again, in these conversations, we talk about how you establish your DUNS number. Again, it goes in really good detail, what you have to do, how to get it for free. We have the links built in. Did you obtain it? Stuff like that. So we do this, and again, we do it for every bureau. So Experian, same process. How to get your Experian number, Equifax. If there's something negative on your business credit report, maybe something happened, you got a late payment, how to fix it. So we how to do it with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, et cetera. So we have all that information as well. But the big part of this, and what makes this great, is the actual accounts. So again, we have now our vendor accounts. So this is where I spent most of my time building this out. So this is where, and again, we explain in detail what this stage is. Stage 3, building actual credit now. These are your tier 1 accounts, first round accounts. We have a drop down. And so again, we have a top level that talks about what you're doing here. So this is your tier 1 accounts, what you want to do. You need at least 3 accounts. If you already have some, you can move on, stuff like that. What is a trade account? It explains it in excellent detail. But what I did is we narrowed it down to the best vendors out there. So like in tier 1, these are the top 21 recommended that you should get an account with. And then what we've also done at the sub level for all these accounts like Uline, 76, Brex, these are accounts that you can literally go get business credit with today. Like if you got off the phone, like we got off this webinar, you can go to any of these and get business credit. We have the links already put in that'll take you directly to them. But what we've done is, if you click this conversation, we've put in exactly what is required. So it's like it tells you what they do, like what the terms are, how it reports, who it reports to, how much it costs. We have various because every business is different. Their phone number, their link, stuff like that, the description of what they are. And then, but the biggest part is we've broken it down to how to qualify. Like, what do they require? Your entity has to be Guild Secretary of State, EIN, business address match, DUNS number, license, if applicable, business bank accounts, no minimum time in business, business phone number must be registered, stuff like that. So we've done this for literally every single company. So every company we've broken down. So that way it eliminates that guessing factor, because a lot of people want to build business credit, don't know where to begin, don't know, like, again, like I said, they're being denied. And it's like, why am I being denied? Well, we're telling you the underwriting reasons. So this is like, it tells you exactly what you need to do in order to get approved for these companies. Like I said, like you can literally click the link and it pops up right to the application. But the other thing about it is that, again, the big part where people fail at business credit is the tracking aspect. So what I've done is, again, we have time tracking, but we have all these cells built in, and I built in automations that will allow you to, like, say, for example, if you did an application for eCredible and you click submit it, it's not going to auto-populate a lot of these cells. So as you see, it's now pending, like it's popping these things up. So that way you can start tracking. So like your application status, was it approved, denied, not submitted? So based off the answer you select, it will also change these. So like we did denied, then these will change to not applicable. It should, it's probably gonna take some time because of loading. But so it's like things like that. Or if you did like not interested, a lot of these will change. But again, you can do your credit limit. So as you see, they're changing now. So like credit limit, say you did get approved and you put like, you got approved for $1,000. That changes, and as you see the top limit, it starts adding all your limits up, so you know how much you got approved for. And again, if you got approved, did you make your purchase? Like, did you make your purchase? Yes, no, pending. The day you made it, was the invoice paid? Stuff like that. So this way you can now follow up for data reporting. It will calculate, hey, your account should. So today's July 5th. If you paid it tomorrow, it will remind you on August 6th. That, hey, it'll pop up like you should be following up, like make sure it's reported. Did it report to the bureaus? Yes, no. So that way you can now like, okay, what's going on? You can reach out to this company. Hey, I paid you guys. Why haven't it reported yet? So things like that. And so again, we've done this for every single level. So again, this is more so again, videos on how to monitor your business credit as you're building it. Then we get to like stage 5. We have even more vendors. So this one has tier 2 accounts. A lot more. This is 33 accounts here. Again, same process, same thing with stage 3 accounts. Again, you click the drop down. What is going on? So yeah, so yeah, it's your stage 3, and then stage 4 is your tier accounts. Again, these are now your Apple accounts, American Express corporates, free. This will be your auto financing as well. So again, as long as you're building it up. So again, if you click for Apple, American Express corporate, it'll tell you these are the terms. It reports to Dun & Bradstreet. We have all of their corporate card links right here. This is what you need to qualify for American Express corporate, at least 1 year in business. Business address should match everywhere, stuff like that. So again, we've broken it down in fine detail. And then you have like your high limit accounts. So this is your Amazon Primes, your gold cards. If you want to do business credit line hybrid, these are accounts you can get right now. If your credit score, again, like I said, is above 680, you can do all your Amex accounts, your Capital One Taps, your Capital One Sparks, stuff like that. You can do these now. And again, we have the same tracking, stuff like that. We have the links directly to them. So it's just things like that. We also have resources, business valuation, finance resources, NAV credit monitoring, and things of that nature. So with that, so let's go ahead and bring this back. So how do I go back to Zoom? I apologize. So stop. Okay, now this is getting. Well, stop sharing.
Yeah, you should go to cosmetology school. Cosmetology school. What is Jackson?
Okay, so back to meeting. I apologize. I'm like trying to figure this thing out. It's like not stop sharing my screen. So let's see if we stop video. Oh, no. Back to meeting. What is going on? What happened?
Away, my baby strength.
God, come on.
I can fix it. Maybe some weed. I don't know you. She doesn't.
No, it did not drop.
Yellow wasted. It can go and tuck away the one.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, I hope you guys still have me here. So someone might, okay, everyone's here. So that being said, so now, so again, that's just our system. So what, we got to it, we're just moving along. So I'll get money for growing your business. So again, so pretty much we're just gonna wrap it all up. So with that being said today, you should be able to get the money for your business, but not knowing the approval standards, not having any business credit, not having access to funding options, place a hold on your back. But our business credit builder will help you with that. So if you guys are interested in our business credit builder, again, it's designed to help you get the most out of money with the best terms. So with a business credit builder, you improve your fundability, build business credit that's not linked to your social security number, access loans of credit, all in one place. And again, it's a 6-week training, which I've broken down in very level detail, every single thing about business credit, as well as every single vendor, like I just showed you, the tracker, automated process, instead the whole stuff of the process. You literally can click a button and build business credit with this program. This exact system is what I did to build business credit to get $250,000 in 8 months and over $5 million for all of our clients in just 2021 alone. So I spent hundreds of hours speaking with lenders, and this exact process is necessary for the chances of getting approvals, as well as I'm now showing those secrets with you. So I spent $10,000 acquiring this knowledge, tens of thousands of hours to build the system, and you can use it on both your desktop and mobile phone. So that's the beauty of it. Literally, you can use it from your cell phone. I do a lot of my business credit directly from my iPhone. So I made sure that it's foolproof, that you cannot mess it up. I literally could teach it to Valor, and he can literally build business credit with how simple it is. So this is what you can get in this program. If you are interested, you get 24 hours, 24/7 access to your own business credit builder, $1,000 value. You get personal business credit advisor, close to walking through the process. $14.99, you get assistance setting it up with the entire process, top to bottom. Assistance with your business address, toll-free number. Assistance setting up your fax and 401 listing. Assistance with setting up your website, email address. Help with your business merchant accounts. Assistance setting up your business credit profiles with all three, like I just showed you. Your DUNS number. Again, if you call Dun & Bradstreet, they'll charge you $1,500 to set it up. Absolutely free. Your Experian BIN number, dispute the business credit if you need to, and a complete list of vendors that are on the market that report to the bureaus. So massive selection of retail and fleet credit, our hard to find, cash credit and auto financing, and cash flow financing with bad credit. Geez, unsecured financing, 16%. Again, wow, we have a lot built in this thing. At 17 asset-based financing and SBA loans for a lot of people who are interested in that. Total retail value is $13,000, what we charge for that. And it doesn't stop there. You gain access to our VIP advisors, and pretty much that's it. So with that being said, to wrap this thing up, so we have a webinar special. If you are interested, you want to build business credit, you can see, you get our entire system that I just showed you. Right now, it is for $799. We literally, on our website, it is $3,000. If you go to cosmofinancial.com, we charge $2,997 for the system I just showed you. But for sitting on this webinar, we're now selling for $799 or 2 payments of $499. Definitely to build your business credit. So offer does end soon. We only are able to take 20 spots. So once all 20 are gone, then the price goes back up to the $3K. So definitely, if you are interested, we are offering that out. So I will provide a link. You can go to cosmofinancial.com/webinar special. I will put it in the chat if you guys want it.
Rolling up on black.
And so that's the link to the website. So again, like I said, we only have 20 spots available. If you are interested, it will definitely build it out. It will teach you quickly. Like I said, design and establish business credit in 3 to 4 months with the perfect profile. In 3 to 4 months, you literally can have great business credit in 30 days. So again, that is the link to that. And with that being said, my guarantee does
like
not
a
work for
USB.
you.
Yeah,
Fully get your money back 100%. No questions
you got a port.
asked. And
Wow.
all that you're really doing is time versus money. You can literally spend time trying to figure this out on your own, 18, 24 months. Like I said, if you Google business credit timeline, that's what they'll tell you, or you can have it done with our program in 4 to 6 months with 15 accounts. So you can start it today. And there's a link again. And last thing, let me see. Okay, I just muted her. So you guys, sorry about that. So you guys should be good. And so yeah, so that's the link. D, can you hear me? I muted Martha, so you guys should be fine. And that's the last thing. So that being said, what we'll do is I'll open this up to FAQs for the next 10 to 15 minutes. You guys have been here a long time. I'm so sorry. I will make sure to chop this down next time. But yes, the floor is open to you guys. Thank you guys for staying here. We'll be wrapping this thing up. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. The link is still there if you guys need it. And then, yeah, we'll take it from there. We'll do this for about 10 minutes, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Looks like, let's see. I have. Okay, I haven't even. A quick question. You can't. Okay, so. How do we get the bonuses? Okay, Jeff. So yes, Jeff, the bonuses are applied already. So, so like I said, we will send you an email. You'll get the link with all of our, the links to, okay, I'll get to it. So you'll get the link in the email, Jeff, that will have your bonuses. So like whether it's for the replay as well as for applying for the funding assessment, you have a link that you can click all those. Again, these are absolutely free just for sticking with them. And then you can definitely fill those out. Once we receive them, we'll then follow back up with you on that. So you should be getting an email. Hopefully it comes out in the next 30, 45 minutes. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait for the recording to finalize. Once it is, that'll go out. Hermine, you're asking for the link. So I'm going to post it again. So that is the link. You can click that link to sign up. And once you sign up, we'll definitely get you board right away. So Jerry's asking, quick question. Can business credit help personal credit? Great question, Clemens. And no, it cannot. The two are separate, unfortunately. So the beauty of, that's the whole beauty of business credit and personal is that it keeps the two divided. So it does not, well, what people do, and again, you got to be careful with commingling. So what a lot of business owners have done, if they say, for example, they have a lot of massive personal debt, they can't really get approved for personal credit, they'll build business credit up and they'll get approved for a business credit card that takes that time, whatever it may be. And what they'll do is they'll take that credit card and start paying off their personal credit debt. And so, or they'll take cash off that credit card and paying it off. So you can do things like that. There's ways to manipulate it, like do manufacturer spending and stuff of that nature. But as far as like, if you had a business credit card and you're paying it on time, it's not going to hurt your personal. So it's not going to help build your personal, unfortunately. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate it. Ermine, I'm so happy that you want to sign up. That's amazing news. Diana, love the program you created. It makes this process so easy. My pleasure, Diana. Like, again, I'm going to work on this to make definitely weed out a lot of the extras, but I feel like there's just so much that we had to build this in. Maybe I can build this into like a 3-day program or like just a challenge, something like that, so we can knock it down, maybe so that way it's only like 30 to 40 minutes. Something I would definitely work on, but I'm happy that you stuck through. Chuck, is there anything different with building business credit if you are starting a franchise? Meaning, like, what do you mean? Such as, like, say, for example, if you went to like buy Chick-fil-A, is there anything different with building business credit? No, for the most part, business credit, same thing. What a lot of people do is, again, if you're trying to do that, like, say, for example, if people are buying like shelf corporations or stuff like that. So it's like, you can, if you're trying to buy a franchise, you're still, as a franchise, you're going to get you got to register in that state. you're going to get an EIN because again, even though it's a franchise, for example, Chick-fil-A, it still has its own EIN because you're the franchise owner for that one. So you'll be building business credit for that company specifically. So as far as the two differences, no, business credit is still the same. Tay, I have okay, so let me see, I'm just going through questions. So Ashley, I'm so sad I missed the majority of this. Yes, Ashley, don't worry about it. Like I said, it is recorded and I will make sure that the replay goes out. Like I said, hopefully I'll have the replay out in the next 30 minutes, something like that. You guys will get an email for everyone who attended that the recording is available for you and you can go through and rewatch it. Tay, I have my EIN and DUNS established in 2 tier 1 accounts. I don't have a virtual address. It's hard to change to that. No, great question, Tay. Excellent question and great job establishing what you have so far. No, it is not hard to change your Secretary of State. You really just got to follow a statement of information. Times have changed. They used to like make you mail it in. I remember when I first started Verizon, I had to mail in anytime we changed the address. Now you can literally do it online and it can be effective like tomorrow. So again, just check with your state. I'm not sure what state you're in, but you can literally go to your Secretary of State website, file a statement of information. It's going to ask what's the reason you're filing. You just put an address, like, well, this was the previous address, this is the new one. And literally, once it's approved, within 24 hours, it's effective immediately. Armenian, can you help with your personal credit? Yes, oh, definitely. Anyone needs personal credit, I most definitely can help there. Erwin, I want to sign up. Erwin, we already on board. I got you. I'm taking care of you for life. Okay, so Chuck says correct. Guzman, definitely gonna rewatch this video and when I get the email. Yeah, I'll make sure that email comes out. It's gonna be tons of great information. Embry, good to see you, boss. I'm happy that you stick through it. Appreciate all you guys staying to the end. I really, really appreciate it. This was cool. So like I said, I'm definitely gonna work on trying to do this more frequently, but like I said, I'm gonna chop it up. It'll probably be like, I'll probably build it out into like a course or something like that, where it may be, again, 3 to 5 days. Again, people are busy, so I don't want to like have too many days where we got to step out, but try to knock it down to where we can do something similar to this, but it'll only be 30 minutes, but we'll tackle a specific topic. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to spend a lot more time doing the business credit, doing the more of the webinars, the live content, stuff like that. Definitely want to get into it. So I'm glad that you guys definitely gained something from this. Really means a lot, so I appreciate it. Anything else? Appreciate you, Robinson. Again, definitely do. Thank you so much. We'll give it about 5 more minutes. Can't believe we really went this on. Yeah, this was pretty cool. Okay, great information. So, Pook, what vendors did you recommend to get started? Great question, Brian. So, great ones that I always recommend to get started, like for vendor accounts. Uline is an excellent one. So Uline, let's see. Hardware Express is good. So typically when we start a company out, we will typically go with like Uline, Sumo Office, Quill. So like I'll just type Uline, Sumo Office, Quill.com, and Ranger.
Sean.
So those are like 5 that I would always recommend. 4 of these are really good. Yeah, so those would be great starting points, Brian. Chuck, what businesses have you noticed have looked at as high risk more than often? Anything. So Chuck asked more high risk. Those are typically, smoke shops can be tough. So you gotta, it's always high risk or things that are like on the like brinks of, is it illegal in certain states? Is it not? Stuff like that. So like I said, guns, tobacco, casinos, anything that could deal with harm to someone. But for the most part, that's usually like, as long as you know your business isn't pushing that line of like, is this legal or not? You should be good. But yeah, and Reggie, again, thank you so much. Man, I can't thank you and your family enough, brother. Thank you. We'll always be working. Have loans and personal loans. Can I put those loans into my business EIN? Katie, yes, great question. So like I said, again, it all depends on how you want to operate, but a lot of people definitely do things like that because, again, the beauty of business credit is that the utilization doesn't play a role. Again, you can be maxed out, so it won't impact you. So like I said, so like you said, can you move those over? Technically, no, you can't take like a loan on your social and put it onto your EIN. You can't do that. But let's say you got approved for a business credit loan. You can take that business credit loan and pay off your personal loan. So that personal loan is no longer on your credit. And now technically you got this business credit loan. So say, for example, you have a $10,000 personal loan, right? And you're tired of paying $300 a month and you're just over it. So again, let's say you got approved for with an SBA loan or like with a credit union, such as like Navy Fed or something like that, for a business loan, and they gave you 10K, you can take that 10K loan. And again, you should use it for business credit purposes. But let's say you decided to use that to pay off that personal loan. You can do that. And then now your personal credit is paid off and your personal credit is good. And then you just work on paying that business credit loan back. So again, it's just a matter of like how you go about it. So that's how I would say that. Blondo, how's it going, boss? I'm already established. What can I do? What can you do to help me have better secure credit? Blondo, for the most part, your situation, again, your business credit is good. I think we just keep hitting that roadblock. So again, like, we're just waiting for, you should have gotten an update by now about your inquiries. Let me know. Blondo, I got your text. I'll text you once this is over and we'll take it from there. 2 more minutes. All right, so anyone else? Again, business or personal, or just in general, if you got a question. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something. Glad you guys stuck through it. Definitely was a lot of information, 222. I'm interested in a hybrid program. Oh yeah, Carlos, you'll be an excellent candidate for hybrid for sure. So when you get the email after this, definitely reply back and because I'll provide the link for that. And so yeah, hybrid program would be excellent for you, Carlos. No, thank you, Delando. I appreciate you forever. All right, what's up for the program? Do you guys start accounts for our businesses and we order from the company? Great question, Tay. So we have different tiers. So the webinar special is for if it's a do-it-yourself program. We just pretty much walk you through it. We have like coaching and stuff like that, and advising. So we don't actually set it all up with that program. We have a done for you program. Costs a bit more, but that's where we literally do everything for you. So we will do the accounts, we'll get everything set up, and literally you would just buy something and pay it for the most part. So those are two different tiers. So it'll be all depends on what you're interested in. But for the most part, I tell people like our DIY program is very, very straightforward. Like save yourself tons of money unless you really don't want to do it. Save yourself tons of money. The DIY it wouldn't take you long at all. Like the application process is really, really straightforward and simple. All right, Ray, thanks so much for all the information. We'll be sending the video. Yes. So yeah, so the videos, like I said, so I'm about to end this now in the next like 30 seconds. And then once I end it, it'll automatically start recording. And the second that I get the notification that it has been completed and I have the link, I will send the link to everybody. You guys will have it. You can literally, whenever you guys got time, you listen to it in the gym, whatever it may be. And You can replay it then as many times as you like. But thank you for attending, Ray. Appreciate it. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it up, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for being here for this first webinar. I promise this is just the first of many. It is something that I definitely going to continue to work on. But thank you so much. I hope that you guys learned something. You can share this information with any and everybody that you know. The more people that know, the better. And I hope that you guys truly put in the work and actually take action with it, benefit from it, and you guys will, again, you'll be prosperous. Definitely do exactly what I told you, and it will work. But yeah, thank you again, and I look forward to see you guys all next time. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.